3-year span. Did you have good car counts back then?
Yeah, we had 20, 25 would show up. It was always fun. Guys would show up with some neat stuff. The one race I lost, it was one of those Players Challenge Camaros that they used to have a Players Challenge series where there were Camaros and Firebirds racing, and they were like support races at Cayuga and Mosport and the Formula One races. They were great cars, but they were purposely built for that series, but they were street legal. So I brought a knife to a gunfight for the last race there.
So for those of our viewers who haven't come to Delaware Speedway for an evening, tell them what it's like here for the family.
Well, I got to tell you, it's a great spot to bring the family. The food is awesome. Like instead of going to McDonald's, come out here. The food is
Jamie Mosley said that they introduced chicken bites tonight.
Yeah, he was. Well, you saw him eating them there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was doing the taste test.
There wasn't many in the box when he got back up here.
He quaffed them in a hurry. But they've got. Believe it or not, they've got a thing called pulled pork poutine that's to die for.
Nice. We have an interview trackside. Let's go to the late model points leader, the driver of the 19, Connor Pritico. Connor, Chris Soares, Dave Mathers at top of the tower. How's the 19 running tonight? Not a bad heat race for you.
Yeah, we got a pretty good car going here. The H&N Roofing Vienna Dental number 19's fast. It's been fast all year, and I'm just going to cruise around out there, pick up any spots I can, because we're thinking big picture here with 3 races left. Yeah, perfect segue. You said big picture. It's not strange to race fans at Delaware Speedway. You have a very healthy over 35-point lead heading into tonight. How does that change your mindset at all when you come to your heat races and your late model features with that cushion of a lead right now? Just go out there, be smart. Don't get involved in any messes out there. I don't need to be making any passes that are going to put me in a bad position. I just need to finish strong and do well for my team. Dave Mathers, question for you, Connor.
Connor, you got to be the first race car driver I've ever heard said he's going to cruise around out there. Okay? It's the pedal on the right. You're going to go for it. So you're just going to keep your nose clean, keep out of trouble, make sure you don't bend the car or anything, and maybe jeopardize your points lead. But I can't see these guys catching you based on the points available and the lead you've got at the present time. So looks like you're going to have a championship season.
Yeah, that's what it seems to be. I don't want to, jinx myself quite yet about it, because I just got to start every race, do well in it, and same with every heat race. As long as I have good finishing positions there, I'll do just fine.
Connor, thank you very much for taking time out to talk with us. Good luck in the feature race and the rest of the season long towards hopefully a championship for you.
Thank you. Have a good night, guys.
Connor Pritico, driver of the 19 late model. More to come. Other side of the break. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV and Rev TV.
Hello, I'm Liz Dowdswell, Lieutenant Governor of Ontario. In 2008, carbon monoxide, a deadly invisible gas, killed an entire family in our province. That tragedy led to a new law requiring homes with potential CO sources to have alarms. John Gignac's family members passed away that day, and he shares his story to save others.
Please make sure you have working CO alarms in your home. Protect your family today.
My name's Ranger M, and I work at Catfish Creek Conservation Authority. I'm the community outreach technician, and that means I do a lot of this, chatting about all things nature and conservation with kids, adults, teachers, everyone. I love to knowledge share, and that's just what I'm going to do with you. So come on, let's go learn with Ranger M.
Welcome back at Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV and Rev TV. Chris Soares and 2016 Canadian Motorsports Hall of Fame inductee Dave Mathers along for the ride with us tonight. I want to thank Scott Mackey for taking time out earlier this evening to talk to us about the flags that he goes through in the flag stand. Dave, you want to talk to us about or tell us about the leaking wall in turn number 4 here at the Speedway.
When Greedy built this track, he made it from a quarter mile to a half mile, and every race weekend we'd have water running out of corner 4 down onto the racing surface. He eventually brought in from his Jack Greedy construction company in Toronto all the stuff, all the drainage. That whole corner was pulled all up. Drainage equipment was put in, drainage pipes and everything else. Ran it off, yeah, exactly. Ran it off the other end, and the water now dumps out behind Kellogg Lane, the sign down there that says Kellogg Lane. But it was about a 3-year search to finally be able to get the water off the track.
Why did Grady decide we're gonna double the size and go to a half mile from a quarter?
Well,
was there any particular reason?
I don't remember a reason other than everybody said we needed a bigger racetrack. The quarter-mile track was fun, but the super modifieds were too fast for it. Okay.
Okay. So what was extended here? Like, tell us what the quarter-mile track looked like compared to, if we can get a shot of the track, or maybe a panoramic as Dave talks about it. What did it look like before it went to the half mile? What was already here?
Okay, there was a quarter-mile racetrack right down here, same start-finish line. Basically went out and around, not as far back as that. And up into corner one. And I have to tell you, I bought Ron Perrin's hobby car. In my first race, I was late getting here for practice. I come out in the first heat. I went by, came out of corner 4, nailed it. I hadn't driven a stock car before, drove right off into the cornfield.
Oh, jeez. So take us through what you're talking about. There's corners 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's been widened out. Basically, the back straightaway would be just this side of the food booth, right there. Right there. That'd be about where the back straightaway was. So you can see it was a small quarter-mile track, and Greedy decided to make it into a half mile.
So the 3 and 4, as we now see it, we're not there.
No.
Okay. So we're talking about the quarter-mile track the corner, turn 3 corner would have been where the entrance to the infield is from the backstretch.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay, that's kind of why it's shaped like that, and it would exit out here where there's a laneway that comes on the pit road. That
road you're talking about right there, we called that the push-out road.
There's what the turn 3 race fans is. Now, if we pan down and maybe to the left a little bit, we'll see the laneway that goes on the pit road. Tell us about the laneway, what you were just saying, Dave.
Okay, this front wall didn't exist. There was Armco where the yellow is on the infield, inside of the pit road. That was the push-out road. Everybody had a push bar on the front of their pickup truck. They pushed the super modifieds out there onto the racetrack. And then they pull in on the back straightaway. So that, as I say, that front wall didn't exist. Tony Novotny put in that front pit wall.
All right, little history courtesy of Dave Mathers, who joins us tonight. More to come. Other side of the break. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV and Rev TV.
And I'm excited to be the new host of LDN ONT TV. Join me and my guests as we discuss the topics trending here in London, Ontario. Tune in Thursdays at 6:30 only on Rogers TV.
Hi everyone, my name's Ranger M, and I work at Catfish Creek Conservation Authority. I'm the community outreach technician, and that means I do a lot of this, chatting about all things nature and conservation with kids, adults, teachers, everyone. I love to knowledge share, and that's just what I'm going to do with you. So come on, let's go learn with Ranger M.
Welcome back at Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV and Rev TV. Chris Orrs, Dave Mathers alongside tonight on the tail end of our intermission, getting set I'm hearing late models come to life on pit road for a 35-lap feature, followed by a bone stock special 50-lapper. And then we're going to have the King of the Hill. Over about almost 50 cars, I think, are going to be registered by the time it's all said and done. Let's tee up the late model race, Dave, a 35-lapper. We heard from Connor Pritico during the intermission. Pretty healthy lead in the points. How do you race clean and other than starting at the back and staying there and just cruising around? You can't do that for the rest of the year.
No, and he'll come through the pack, but he'll do it safely. He's not going to jeopardize his points lead in his race car. Some of these guys are easy to pass. Some of these guys not so easy to pass.
Yeah, I think we have the points or the standings for the late models as we head into the 35-lap feature. There's Connor up top. 37-point cushion. Remember, you get a point for leading a lap, a point for leading the most laps, a point for winning the race, and wherever you're placing his finish, each position on the track is worth a point. Morneau, Pinsonneau, Kennedy, Adrianson separated by just 8 points for second spot in the standings as we have the late models rolling out onto the track for a 35-lap feature. It'll be Sean McGlynn being the pole car to start this race. Patrick Friel will be in the second spot. There you see them stopped until the field all exits pit road, and now they're going to get going. Steve Moran in his 37 car, numbered 70 tonight, running points for the 70 Vanderwell machine. The 53, Brady Smith, his best start of the year, if I'm not mistaken, outside row number 2. Chase Pinsonneau, winner of a heat race tonight, winner of his first feature last week. The second of a twin bill for the late models last week, or sorry, the 75-lapper he won last week. The twin bill was the Super Stocks. Pinsonneau will start inside row number 3. Kennedy outside row 3. Row 4 will be Gary Adrianson in the points leader, Connor Pritico. Row 5 will be Jake Hooker and Matt Robley. 6 will be Ray Morneau, Ronnie Beauchamp Jr. Row 7 will be Marshall Schrenk and Barry Watson. And starting shotgun on the field will be the 96 of Mark Jacobs. So some pretty racy cars at the front of this field. The points leader, Dave Mather, starting outside row number 4. Maybe not a preferred lane for the points leader, but we've seen that the second groove is racy this year.
Well, I'll tell you, they've been coming off that top groove and making some headway, so I think he'll be okay out there. I'm not concerned about the 19 car. I think he'll do quite well tonight.
35 laps, the scheduled distance here for the late models on a beautiful Friday evening here at Delaware Speedway. And thank you for joining us on Rogers TV, online at our website as well. As the field slowly under caution gets set, as we have the 1 to go sign coming up from the flag stand. This time by from Scott Mackey. And I forgot to mention, I forgot this last week, but I got to mention it. One of our camera volunteers who sits atop the tower here at Delaware Speedway, does hockey for us on Rogers TV. Gerald was recognized for 5 years of volunteering, I think within the last couple of weeks with Rogers TV. So congratulations to Gerald, who is a friend of mine, who does a fantastic job. We love having him on the staff here for Delaware Speedway Racing. He does a fantastic job. He is our camera at the top of the tower. I believe we're on his camera right now. Gerald, congratulations on your 5 years at Rogers TV, my friend. Keep up the good work. McGlynn will lead him out of turn 4. 35 laps for the late models. Green flag, we're racing at the half mile. McGlynn on the inside. It's Friel on the outside. Patrick Friel will not give an inch. He'll come out of turn 4 or turn 2. He wants the lead. You want to hear these late models? We'll send you to the speed shot here at the start-finish line, this time by. The field will roar by. They'll go into turns 1, up the Delaware Hill in turn 2, and down the back. Friel at the point. McGlynn back to second. Brady Smith in third. Kennedy in fourth. Side by side after the 4th position. Connor Pritico's come to the outside of Moran for 5th. As Friel will lead another lap. Nose to tail. We got a caution. We got the run into the wall. Heavy damage on the left front of the 70 machine. I saw the tail end of that, Dave. I didn't see what caused that, but caution on the Speedway. Obviously some heavy damage to the 70.
Not sure what happened there, but that car's pretty used up right now. I don't think we'll see it back out here.
Dave, I think we have a replay. I'll take you through it. Right side of the screen. Take us through it, Dave. Right side of the screen.
Okay, gets a little crossed up, gets down to the inside wall, and the rest is history. He's
yeah, I couldn't see if there was any contact with another vehicle or not. We just saw the end result. Heavy damage, as mentioned, Steve running points for the 70 team tonight. And that's obviously going to cause an issue. The 70 is in the pit area, pitted on the infield as we're under caution. Patrick Friel, your leader. And they're checking for any debris along the front straightaway. The safety vehicle did not stop, so it looks like we're good to go. Another official checking on the wall there, just inside the end of the restart zone. And if you see when the cars are coming around, see that yellow paint line inside wall. That's the start of the restart zone, corner exit of turn 4. So the control car can restart anytime between that yellow mark, and you'll see 2 red lines right there. 2 red lines. They can restart inside, anywhere inside that zone. If they get to the red cone, the 2 red lines, and the lead car, the control car, has not restarted the field, the not control car starting on the front row can restart without penalty. So that's a key thing for the restart here for that control car, Dave.
Yeah, well, the thing is, when you're out there, you want to make sure that everybody restarts at the same time. So if the lead car doesn't get on it when they go past the red stripes, then the outside car can take off and drive away.
Under caution here, 1 lap officially complete in the books here. Patrick Friel is our leader. Sean McGlynn in second. Brady Smith so far having a good run tonight in that 53 late model. To third spot, Jesse Kennedy fourth. The points leader, Connor Pritico, up to 5th. Then it's Pincinel, Adrianson, Jake Hooker, and Morneau, Robley, Beauchamp Jr., Schrank, Watson, and Jacobs. That is your running order. White flag displayed on the Speedway.
And the best part of this, the leader is actually starting from the outside. So that shows you how good the track is.
Dave, I loved seeing that this year when and it happens in the Super Stocks. Carson Nagy loves to start on the outside.
Yep. Absolutely.
So it's Patrick Friel will choose the outside here. That'll put Sean McGlynn inside row number 1. McGlynn already leading away from Friel here. Pace car on pit road. They'll get to the restart zone at the yellow stripe. Friel's the control car and he's gone. We're racing with the late models. Good start by Jesse Kennedy outside row 2 as well. Already to the outside door of the number 1 McGlynn machine. There's Kennedy in the orange, number 10, down the back. Side by side for second spot. Pincinel in the 22, just behind them. Brady Smith in that black 53 losing spots. Something strange we're seeing is that Brady Smith losing spots on the inside. We're used to seeing that on the outside, Dave.
Yeah, exactly. Now Jesse Kennedy has gone around McGlynn, and he's got Pincinel right behind him. So we've got a bit of a train coming out around on the high side.
Pincinel and Kennedy battled last week as well to late in the race. Kennedy getting a penalty last week. Friel gone by about 9 car lengths right now. Kennedy up the second spot. It's Pincinel on the outside of McGlynn for third. After that, it's Hooker, Brady Smith, Connor Pritico, the points leader, restarted in 5th, was actually lost a couple spots and continues to lose spots on the outside. There's Kennedy and Pincinel, second and third respectively on your screen. That 22 is strong tonight. 22 all over the rear deck lid of the 10 at Kennedy. There's Friel, there's the gap from Friel back to Kennedy. Look at that 22, Dave, that 22 is strong.
Pincinel is coming hard on Jesse Kennedy, and I think it's just a matter of time before he'll get underneath Jesse.
If you remember last week, The roles were reversed. It was Kennedy on the inside of Pincenot on a restart. They collided. Pincenot went up into turn one wall, caused a major wreck with multiple cars. Now they're side by side for second. Pincenot on the inside, Kennedy on the outside. McGlynn looking for a spot. Jake Hooker's come up to battle with these guys now for the second position. Those four, McGlynn went high in turn two. Just behind that battle, Kennedy fighting on the outside. Hooker trying to get to the inside of McGlynn just behind them. And Adrianson's come to the front as well. The points leader, Connor Pritico, having trouble in traffic back in the field, Dave. He's marred back there. He's actually falling back.
I think he's playing it safe. That's my opinion.
That could very well be a good point. He's still behind Brady Smith, caught on the outside, back in the field, outside the top 10. Jesse Kennedy. What does that tell you about the 10 car, Dave? Strong to battle Pincenot on the outside and retain that position.
The one that's impressed me more than anything is Hooker. For a car that doesn't run here very often, he's right in the thick of things there, running in fifth.
At the front, it's all Patrick Friel in the 18 machine. Out to a 15-car length lead. Kennedy and Pincenot continue to battle for second. Kennedy leads a pack of 6 cars for that second position. Kennedy, Pincenot, McGlynn, Hooker, Adrianson, Morneau, they're all right there. Again, little contact out of turn 4. Pincenot, more contact. Pincenot got it into the left rear. Kennedy, that actually gave Jesse another half a car length advantage.
Meanwhile, back in the pack, Pritico has gotten clear of the slower cars, and he's now coming to the front.
There's Kennedy and Pincenot second and third. There you see behind them Adrianson looking to the inside of McGlynn for position. Back to the battle for second, down the back. Next time by, 22 to go for the leader, the 18 of Patrick Friel. Kennedy and Pincenot round out the top 3 right now. They've actually gotten away from the cars behind them. A good 10 car lengths back to Adrianson, battling to the inside of McGlynn for the 4th position. Pincenot will not let Jesse Kennedy go. Kennedy doing a good job. Here's Pincenot looking to the inside again. See, am I wrong in saying the 22 looks better in the corners, Dave, and the 10 better on the straightaways?
It appears that Jesse's a little faster on the straight, and Pincenot's a little better in the corners. You're absolutely correct, Chris.
Pincenot again looking to the inside on that left rear corner panel of the 10. He got a nose in there now. What happens in turns 1? Kennedy comes down and shuts the door on Pincenot.
Best race on the track right now is the 10 and 22 car.
Gary Adrianson now has left Jake Hooker alone in 4th and has gapped Hooker. Trying to bridge that gap from Hooker to Pincenot now is the 55 of Gary Adrianson. Jesse Kennedy just turned his fastest lap in 18.674. Pincenot to the inside of Kennedy. In turn number 3, battle for second, re-engaging. Kennedy out of turn 4, comes down a little bit. Oh, a little tire rub there. You saw the smoke on corner exit. And Chase continues to the inside of Jesse. This is allowing Adrianson to catch them a little bit here, Dave.
Well, I'll tell you, that battle between Jesse Kennedy and Chase Pincenot is the one to watch right now. It's the most exciting one on the track at this time.
There you see the 55 of Gary Adrianson has reeled this battle in. It's a 3-car battle now for the second position, and Kennedy continues to fight off Chase Pincenot in the 22. 16 laps to go.
Meanwhile, a little further back, Hooker got a little sideways there with Ronnie Beauchamp up underneath them. So they're having quite a battle back there for the 5th and back spot.
Yeah,
and look who's there. Pritico up, joining the fight.
Yeah, that's a 6-car battle behind the 3 that you see on the track right now. Pincenot back to the inside of Kennedy. Kennedy will shut the door. Adrianson there as well in the 55. The 55 has been able to maybe use a little less rubber while those two have been battling.
Yeah, Adrianson has come up very quickly through the pack, and he's watching these 2 boys in front of them, hoping that one of them will make a mistake, or maybe both of them.
There's Patrick Friel alone in 3rd, almost a full straightaway lead. Here's the gap. Back to that battle for the second position with Kennedy, Pincenot, and Adrianson. and then another about half a straightaway behind them. There's the points leader, Connor Pritico to the inside of Ronnie Beauchamp Jr. That's for the 5th position. So Pritico has picked them off one by one whenever safe to do so. A huge cushion in the championship, has the 19 of Connor Pritico up to the 5th spot. 12 laps to go here for the 18 of Patrick Friel. Battle for a second right there. Kennedy in the 10. Pits. Oh, Kennedy's off the pace. Jesse Kennedy off the pace. He's on pit road. And Jesse Kennedy, a problem with the 10 car, has left the 2nd position to Chase Pincinel. Kennedy rolling down the pit. He's going to come to the service of his team. It might be a flat tire. They're going to go in consultation with Jesse on the driver's window, trying to figure out what the problem is. They're ready to push him. Maybe a problem within the cockpit, Dave, because they sent him away right away.
I wondered if maybe he hit the kill switch by accident. It's hard to say what happened out there. So many things can go wrong in that cockpit. And maybe jumped out of gear, we don't know.
Chase Pincinel just turned his fastest lap in 18.576. That time by, 9 to go. Does he have enough time to catch Friel, the leader? The gap was 2.41 seconds last time by. Pincinel is fast because he's able to lose Adrianson now. We'll check the gap. It's down to 2.10 seconds. The 22 is coming. Does he have enough time?
So much for playing it safe for Pritico. He's up to 4th now, and he's making up distance between him and Adrianson, so this could get interesting before the race is over with 7 to go.
That's your battle for 5th on the screen. The 22, Marshall Schrenk, the 60, Ronnie Beauchamp Jr., 5th. Battle for 5th right there, all by themselves. Then it's Matt Robley, about 20 car lengths behind them. 6 laps to go. The leader just took it out of turn 2, and that lead is diminishing. It's now 1.84 seconds. Lap traffic might come into play here. We don't know yet. It's Jacobs, a full straightaway ahead of the leader, but Jacobs is all by himself. It's not a multi-car pack that Friel will have to deal with. Chase Pincinel in the 22P, winner of the 75-lap feature last week and a heat race tonight, is tracking the leader down with 4 to go this time by. Gary Aderson remains alone in 3rd. Pritico alone in 4th. Schrenk and Beauchamp Jr. battling for 5th. There's the gap. It's visibly getting smaller. Pritico is gaining in the corners, Dave, it looks like to me.
Pritico is catching Adrianson, and at the same time, Pincinel is catching Friel. Friel had his own area code out in front before, but now Pincinel is about 4 cars back.
Just over 2 laps to go here, and Pincinel's gonna have a shot. Popsicle sticks in the air, 2 laps to go, late model feature from Delaware Speedway. And it's Patrick Friel and Chase Pincinel now filling up his rearview mirror. Down the backstretch, a lap and a half to go here at the half mile. Lap traffic will not have a play here in this finish. Pincinel looks to the inside. He's right there on the rear decklet of Patrick Friel. White flag on the speedway. He's come from mid-pack to track down the leader, down the back, one final time. What is he gonna do in turns 3 and 4? Friel in the 18, Pincinel to the inside, the 22, out of turn number 4. It's Patrick Friel at the line. We'll take the late model feature, followed by Chase Pincinel, Gary Adrianson, Connor Pritico. Marshall Schrenk will hold on for 5th. Ronnie Beauchamp Jr., Matt Robley, Ray Morneau, Jake Hooker, Brady Smith, Sean McGlynn, Barry Watson, Mark Jacobs, Jesse Kennedy, and Steve Aron. What a finish. What do you think, Dave?
Boy, I'll tell you something. They'd gone 2 more laps, we would have had a different finish, I think, because Pincinel was all over the back bumper there of Friel, and Friel was hanging on for dear life coming out of 4. coming to the checkered.
Yeah, and I don't think we were going to see anything with maybe, I don't know what kind of driver Chase is. You might know him more than I do. I don't know if there was any bump and run potentially coming if we had an extra couple of laps or whatnot, but I don't think Chase is like that.
No, I highly doubt that Chase would put the chrome bumper to him, but he'd try to get past him fair and square.
Patrick Friel in the 18, the winner of the late model feature tonight. Momentarily, we'll send it down to Victory Lane to hear from Patrick with our track announcer, Jordan Maudsley. As we wait for Patrick to get out of the car, we still have Bone Stock 50 lapper coming up as the Bone Stocks get situated on pit road, and King of the Hill still to come tonight with what's going to be close to about 50 cars, including at least 4 minivans, as part of the King of the Hill here from Delaware Speedway. Fantastic crowd here. The Turn 4 hill, Dave, I haven't seen this many people on the hill in quite a few weeks, let alone a couple of months.
Yeah, it's busy up there, and they get a good shot of King of the Hill, because when they come out of 4, that's where most of the action usually takes place.
Let's send it down Victory Lane to hear from Patrick Friel with Jordan Maudsley.
Mom's got the last wheel to do there.
Patrick Friel giving hugs to everybody down here. He got them all. One more.
No. Mom's still doing tire temps. He forgot Mom. She's coming around the back of the
Here
car.
she comes.
She's got one more tire to do. Hang on a sec.
Finally got that wing, got the monkey off your back. How good does it feel?
It feels great. A lot of people that support me have seen the hard work that goes into this car. My sponsors, Crown Rust Control, they're up in the stands tonight. I can't thank them enough for believing in me and allowing me to do what I love. And that says it to my whole team. It's emotional. We've been through a lot as a team. Me and my dad, my mom, she's still working. I haven't even hugged her. But everyone on this team just is behind me 100%. Going into that race after a wreck last week, I found out that I built a control arm the wrong length, so I was beyond upset starting that race, and I just knew I had to do my job and reward them for everything they've done for me this year, and this win means a lot. So thanks for everyone in the fans, autograph night. Thanks for coming out. I hope to see you again.
Patrick Friel with a dominant performance. Parks his Catalyst Lubricants.
There's your late model feature race winner, Patrick Friel. Bone Stock 50 lapper on the way next. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV and Rev TV.
Hi, can I take your order? Hello?
Oh, hey. Wait, what was the question?
Let me guess. One driving high combo, extra baked?
No. Could I get a burger with a side of fries?
Think you're a better driver when you're high? Think again. Smoking weed affects reaction time and concentration. A message from Mad Canada.
Looking for the best way to get the Major League Baseball games you want to watch? Rogers Super Sports Pack has you covered. With MLB Extra Innings, you'll have a premium ticket to out-of-market regular season games with all games available in HD. Don't miss the action from the games you want from both the American and National Leagues. MLB Extra Innings, part of the Super Sports Pack. For only $35.95 a month, Rogers customers get all this for one all-inclusive price. Order using your remote starting on channel 431 or visit Rogers.com today.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV. Now, if you can come up here for a sec, I'll show you one of their good reasons to come to Delaware Speedway on a Friday night is a hot fudge. What is this? It's a mix of chocolate, vanilla, Sunday. It wasn't for me, Dave Mathers. It was brought up for.
I saw you steal it. I saw you steal it.
Jamie Maudsley,
You big
but he
bully.
didn't want it. So we only have one spoon here, Dave.
Yeah, but I got a big tongue.
All right, that's for another broadcast. Let's get back to racing here as we're getting set for the Bone Stock 50 lapper. And Dave, you were saying when we got back on air that the pace car would have to wait because there were still so many vehicles for the Bone Stock feature on the infield.
Well, the pace car was coming around 3, and they were still coming out of the infield on pit road. So 40 cars, I'll tell you, takes a long time to line them all up here.
So we're going to get a... Oh, there's a pan of all the cars here, Dave. Look at all these Bone Stocks today.
Yep.
50 laps. How many Bone Stocks we're going to... 50, 40? 40 Bone Stocks in a 50-lap feature. That's going to be a lot of traffic. A lot of traffic. And I look at the... ironically, there you see the back end of it now. The points battle, if my math is correct, looks like 9th and 10th, respectively, Jay Cox and Jeremiah Rabideau.
Right. Back to back there.
Yeah, so they're going to be starting near the front of this field. Cassie Howard will lead him into the green, Dave. That's fantastic.
Yep.
In the 59. And they're going to hit the back end of this lead lap pretty quick, I would imagine.
Okay. They didn't race last week. They've had a couple weeks off to think about it. All of the
Bone Stock's not running last week.
50 lapper here tonight.
They're raring to go here for a 50 lapper, double the normal distance that they run.
I would say the Pumpkin Smashers, the Daytona 500.
And then after that, we'll have the King of the Hill.
Or the Coca-Cola.
There you see, pick your favorite driver as they come by our speed camera. Obviously not at speed right now. There you see the 00 and the 5 there, back to back. Here's the 78 at Culver. The Wonder Bread machine. Joe kicks in that 12, the white 12. Getting set to do battle. There's the 21C of Jason Lovey. We heard from him earlier today. Different from the late models, Dave Mathers, this points battle unofficially 4 now between Jay Cox and Jeremiah Rabideau.
I'm pretty sure that's going to go right to the very end between those two guys. They're very close in points. They're very tough competitors. And anything can happen when you're passing all these cars.
There is nothing more Bone Stock.
And speaking of those two drivers, there they are, Jay Cox in the 00. And Jeremiah Rabideau in the 5.
Give me a PBR.
I'm sorry we don't have a camera up here right now, but Chris is having a little moment with a butterfly or a grasshopper or something.
Yeah, we don't usually talk about the bugs up here. We kind of leave them off the broadcast, but this is your first broadcast with us, so I'll give you a free pass. It wasn't a butterfly, I'll tell you that right now. Still under caution here at the half mile as we get ready to turn 40 Bone Stocks loose for a 50-lap feature. We'll be right back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV and Rev TV.
Join us September 30th for the Yes I Can Gathering for Girls at Matthews Hall, a safe place for girls 12 to 14 to work through the tough stuff they face every day. Go to www.waymakerinc.ca for more information and to register.
As each day passes, we have one guarantee. The sun will rise in the morning and set in the evening. Like the sun, you will also have a time to rise and a time to set.
Welcome to Treat Yourself.
Welcome back at Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV and Rev TV. Chris Soares, Dave Mathers, top of the tower. Here you see the 24 Clausen machine. would not start and was stranded in turn 4. Had to get some assistance, and still looks like it won't fire up, as the field is already doubled up and ready to go racing here. So the 24 will go to the attention of their crew here. Cassie Howard will be the control car. She'll start pole alongside Trent Vanderwist. Row 2 will be Dan Story, Taylor Everest. Row 3, Nathan Ria, Adam Generou. Row 4, Brady Cox, Jason Cascanet. Row 5, Matt Langford, and the points leader, Jay Cox. Row 6, Jeremiah Rabideau, Michael Verburn. That's Phil Givens, Justin Culver, Donovan Clark, Joe Kicks, Jason Craig, Jason Lovey, Joe Lawrence, Jennifer Hatch, your top 20. As we get set, no white flag indicated yet from our starter.
39 cars on the track. One car, the 24, Klassen, being pushed to the infield area.
So I think we might get the white flag next time by. We'll see. I think they might be waiting to see what the actual issue is with the 24 Klassen machine to see if the 24 can return. The crew looking at the car right now. I don't see any indication from the flag stand that the next flag will be a white one, as the field will pace itself back around. Looking for a 50-lap feature here. As mentioned, double the normal length that the bone stocks run for a feature. White flag will not be displayed this time by.
It looks like they got the 22P all buttoned up.
And the 22P was also in the infield, so they were waiting for the 22P. The 22P coming back out on the field, or out on the track.
And ladies, if you haven't picked a favorite, there's a lot of females out there today.
And that is Sarah Penny in the 22P. The 24 is still in the infield. So I think we're going to see the white next time by. We'll see how these bone stocks, Dave Mathers, handle a double long feature of 50 laps instead of their normal 25.
Well, I'll tell you, when we started running long-distance races a few years ago, like 50 years ago, the boys forgot that you needed more gas to go the long distance. And there were cars running out about lap 40, lap 45. They'd run out of gas and have to get pushed off the track. So hopefully these boys have got these things, and girls have got these things topped up so that they can go 50 laps. I realize they're only 4-cylinder engines, but by the same token, they're revving pretty high and they'll use a bunch of fuel.
White flag this time by. Cassie Howard will bring him the green. It'll be very interesting as we watch rows 4 and 5. The points battle in those rows. Jay Cox will start outside row number 4. Jeremiah Rabideau will start inside row number 5. You would think that Jeremiah may have an advantage here. But it all depends how the vehicles ahead of them restart as well, Dave. If they get going right away, there might not be an issue, but if they don't get going right away, definitely an advantage to get by them quick.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say they're going to be 3 wide in about 2 minutes.
Delaware Speedway pace vehicle will drop down on the pit road. Our final feature of the night, bone stock 50-lapper. Cassie Howard will bring him the green. Out of turn number 4, looking to the flag stand. Green flag, we're racing with the bone stocks. And they'll go side by side into turn number 1. 2 by 2 by 2, 10 rows deep. It's going to be Vanderwist on the outside, grabbing the lead early from Howard. The points leader pushing cars down the outside. The 95 of Taylor Everest quickly up to second. 3 wide out of turn 4, including the points leader right in the middle. Right behind Nathan Ria, Jay Cox coming to the front. It's Vanderwist out front, followed by Taylor Everest in the 95, Adam Generou in the 25. Here comes the points leader, the 00, Jay Cox to the inside. Making it 3 wide, Nathan Ria on the outside, Generou the sandwich in that 3-way battle. And Generou jumps a couple of spots. Jay Cox now to the inside of Everest trying to get that second position. Rabideau a few spots behind him, trying to get spots. There's the 5 of Rabideau in turns 1 and 2. Meanwhile, Vanderwist all the way out in front. Cox up to second now. Vanderwist about a 25 car length lead early in this 50-lap feature. Nathan Ria up to third. Everest will drop to fourth, but now here comes Rabideau. There's the gap between first and second. The cream starting to rise to the top here in this bone stock 50 lapper. We're only 3 laps in, Dave.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, they're spreading out at the front, but it's getting tighter in the middle of the pack, and they're 2 and 3 wide back at the back there.
It's Van der West out front, Jay Cox in second. Rabideau to the inside, and Nathan Rhea for third. Jeremiah Rabideau trying to track down the leaders now. Rabideau in the 5, Rhea in the 26. Battle for third, and Rabideau has it. So the points battle now running second and third on the racetrack. There's the leader, the 54 of Van der West, and the 00 of Cox. Rabideau top of your screen. And in the field, really bunched up after that. We're waiting to see if the Lovey machine can come through the field, but right now, Jason Lovey at 21C, marred outside the top 10 at this particular point. But as mentioned, it's a 50 lapper, not a 25 lapper, Dave, so maybe there's some strategy back in the field.
Well, he's kind of tied up in traffic there, but he's making a move underneath right now, 3 wide underneath, so we'll see what happens.
There's the leaders on the outside of some back marker traffic. The 06 is Sarah Wheel. Darren Penny in a 22. Jay Cox has tracked down the leader, Van der West. Battle for the lead down the back. No traffic ahead of them for a good full straightaway and a little bit more. So they're going to sort it out right now. Rabideau about 15 car lengths behind this lead pair. It's a 50-lap bone stock feature tonight from the half mile in Delaware.
It looks like Cox is getting set to put a move on Van der West as he's sizing him up in the corner to see which way to go, and I guess he figured outside is the way to go.
And outside is the way he's going. The points leader, Jay Cox, wants the lead. Out of turn number 4, he'll lead this lap. Around Van der West in the 54. New leader, the 00 of Jay Cox at the front. So he'll get a point for leading that lap. Now he'll try and lead the most laps for another point. Rabideau 2 spots behind him, so a 2-point differential on track now for this points battle. And a gaggle of cars, a straightaway and a half behind him, battling for position. And at the front of that gaggle, it's Jason Lovey in a 21C, getting through all that traffic. And now just single cars for that 21C of Jason Lovey to work his way to the front. He's a full straightaway and a half a turn behind the leaders. There's Jeremiah Rabideau in the 5, currently in the 3rd position. Not tracking the leaders down as fast as Jeremiah would like, I would imagine. Nathan Rhea running in 4th. Matt Langford running out the top 5 at this particular point. Then it's for Byrne. Jason Lovey up to 7th already. The 21C trying to come to the front. .21C, Jason Lovey inside of Byrne. A full straightaway behind that lead battle out of turn 2, as you see on the screen. 00 of Cox, the 54 of Van der West. That's 1st and 2nd on the racetrack. Then it's Rabideau, Rhea, Langford. Your top 5. Jason Lovey has gotten up to 6th now. The 21C trying to come through the field. Tons of time left. Just still 38 laps to go. I shouldn't mention this, Dave, but I'm going to mention it. I'm going to knock on wood. We are still caution-free.
Well, so far they're playing nicely out there, and hopefully that keeps up. The lap cars could be a bit of a factor here as the leaders come up on lap cars.
Oh, no, we had a caution, didn't we? Did we? I can't remember.
Well, the car on the front straightaway wouldn't start.
I shouldn't have said anything. We got a car around in turn 3 and 4. Good job, Chris. Well done. Caution on the speedway. I shouldn't have said anything, Dave.
Well, there you go.
We had a couple of cars come in contact. The 95 involved. 95 will go immediately into the infield. So caution on the speedway. 12 laps complete, 38 to go. Good news for cars that were coming to the front, Dave, including Jeremiah Rabideau will be able to get close now to the leaders, and Jason Lovey as well.
Absolutely, and somebody's running out of brakes down there. We can smell the brakes all the way up here.
Caution on the speedway, 38 to go. Bone stock, 50 lapper from Delaware Speedway. We'll be right back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers.
After a night out with your friends, not having a plan for a safe ride home can leave you in a bad spot. You could end up riding in a police car, an ambulance, or a hearse. These unplanned modes of transportation can be a costly choice and do not take you home. Your plan could include a designated driver, a taxi, or public transit. Drink responsibly, choose your ride, and have a plan for a safe ride home.
Visit arrivealive.org to find out more.
Do you have something to share? Let everyone know about your next meeting, your need for volunteers, or your fundraising event on the Rogers TV Community Billboard. Send us your words and we'll bring them to life on Rogers TV and rogerstv.com. When it's time to spread the word, go to rogerstv.com to add your announcement to the Community Billboard.
Welcome back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV and Rev TV. Inside caution with 38 laps to go. Bone stock 50-lap feature. Chris Orr's Dave Mathers, and we were talking about the 92 of Jordan Wilms. And no, I don't see him on the track, Dave. I don't remember anything happening to that particular automobile.
Went through the tunnel of doom again, maybe?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't even remember seeing him start. But there was 40 cars to weed our way through that. So they'll push the lap vehicles to the back, and this will make things very, very interesting at the front of this field. Jay Cox, your points leader, by unofficially 4 points, will lead him to green. Vanderwist on the outside of row 1. 4 points back of that lead is Jeremiah Rabideau. He'll start directly behind Cox inside row number 2. Then it's Nathan Rhea outside row 2. Row 3 will be Matt Langford and Jason Lovey. So Jason Lovey, who was over a straightaway behind the leaders before we went to caution because he was marred in traffic, all that track position erased, and he'll start right at the front of the pack, Dave.
Got quite a battle up there. The top 6 cars, I would say of those 6 cars, any one of them could win this race.
I think they're working on the order right now. I think maybe hopefully we'll see a double up. They're still moving cars to the back of this field. At the back of the field, there's still cars pulled over to the side and letting other cars go by. So working on the order here. 12 laps complete, 38 to go in this Bone Stock 50-lap feature. Is still to come. Spectator's race. King of the Hill. If you haven't seen or heard of a King of the Hill here at Delaware Speedway, do not go anywhere. It's a car that you drive every day to work. You bring it out on the racetrack. You race one-on-one with another vehicle. You win. You move on. You lose. You're done. We're going to have close to 50 cars, including a few minivans, are coming to the King of the Hill party tonight. So looking forward to that. Still to come here on Rogers TV. They'll get the double up sign on the back stretch. And Jay Cox, look at this, Dave. Cox will choose the outside. Yep. That'll put Vanderwist on the inside. Rabideau will start on the inside as well. So Jay Cox choosing the outside here at the half mile.
Well, I think he's figuring that Rabideau will have a harder time getting around Vanderwist on the inside there. So Coxie will probably be able to get out front.
That's a very good point. White flag being displayed this time by. 38 laps to go. For the leader, the 00, Jay Cox. Jay Cox and Vanderwist on the front row. Rabideau, Rhea, row 2. Langford, Lovey, row 3. Reburn, Givens, row 4. Joe Lawrence has worked his way up. He's going to start inside row number 5 in the 28 car. What a nice looking field of bone stocks for sure. Lights off the Delaware Speedway pace vehicle. And pending something late, we'll see the pace car dive down onto pit road here in turn number 3. There it goes. So the 00 will be the control car. Set to go here. Bone stock 50 lapper from Delaware Speedway. The points leader, the control car, out of turn number 4. They'll look to the flag stand. Green flag, we're racing with the bone stocks. Can Vanderwist hold on to that inside groove? Cox goes high to the outside. He'll grab the lead early. Nathan Rhea wants to take advantage of that. Vanderwist will stay in second, side by side for third. Hey, look who it is. It's the 21C of Jason Lovey, Dave Mathers. He's come to the front.
Well, right now they've got Rabideau boxed in, and I don't think Rabideau's too happy about it, but he just got some room there now. He might be able to get out.
Look at the 21C of Jason Lovey. We talked to him earlier tonight. He says, I get excited. How do you not get excited when this car is rolling through traffic like a hot knife through butter, Dave?
He's doing quite a job there, no question about it.
Look at the straightaway speed of the 21C, now up to 4th. That caution, a huge benefit for Jason Lovey in the 21C, was over a full straightaway and 2 turns behind the leaders before we went to caution. Now just a matter of 6 car lengths. Rabideau trying to get around Van der Wist. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th on your screen. Look at the speed of Lovey down the inside. Jason Lovey to the inside of Rabideau now. The front 4 all together. Then it's 6 car lengths back to Langford in 5th. And then the rest of the field all marred up in traffic. Lovey to the inside of Rabideau. That's a battle for 3rd. Now they'll go 3 wide. Rabideau still caught behind the 54. Here's a good opportunity. Can Rabideau get to the inside of the 54 while the 54 is on the outside of the 21C? Jeremiah senses that. He'll get to the inside of the 54, but the 54 will outstretch him after corner exit with some horsepower down the front straightaway. Rabideau back to the inside of Van der Wist for 3rd position. The 54 a little bit more straightaway speed than the 5 for sure. Lovey has already left them and trying to track down the leader. He said he thought he might have a target on his back. How do you not have a target on your back the way your car's performing? Leaders into turns 1 and 2. Oh, Lovey almost lost it. Was very, very loose in turn 1. Lost a ton of track position. Rabideau's by Van der Wist. Langford able to reel Van der Wist in. 2nd through 5th all together on your screen. Out of turn 4, 32 to go. Still 7 laps more than a normal bone stock feature race length. Lovey very loose again in turn 2. Rabideau's able to close in, but then the 21C just pulls away on the straightaway.
Not sure what's going on with that 21 car. He's loose, then tight, then loose, then tight, and then he takes off again, and Rabideau's saying, what's going on here?
So take us through that as Tyler Wheel is slow in the backstretch. Take us through what a loose and what a tight condition is, Dave.
The difference between loose and tight, one you hit the wall with the front end, one you hit the wall with the back end. Loose is when you hit the wall with the back end, tight is when you hit the wall with the front end.
In other words, when you're in a tight condition, your car does not want to turn.
You got it.
It wants to go straight instead
That's
of
right.
turning. As the leaders, with 30 laps to go now, on the backstretch they go. It's Jay Cox, the leader in the 00, the points leader. 21C of Lovey in 2nd. Rabideau in 3rd in the 5 car. They're in the traffic. 3-car battle for 4th with Van der Wist, Langford, and Phil Givens. And then about a quarter of a straightaway behind them, another 3-car battle for 7th, led by Joe Lawrence. There's your battle for 2nd on the screen. Lovey in the 21C, Rabideau in the 5. Still traffic. It's traffic from here on in unless we go caution for the leaders.
Lane Zardo has come from back in the pack. He was running in the 20s. He's now up to 9th in the pack. This is a young man that knows how to get around a racetrack.
Yes, Lane Zardo running super stocks. My apologies, I said late models earlier tonight. Running super stocks. Lane Zardo, the super stocks obviously off this week. So the leaders negotiating traffic. Jay Cox into turn 1 will go to the high side of the 53 of Karen Martin. Next up will be the 10 of Ian Levac. Lovey's managed to track him down a little bit. Rabideau still can't stay with the leaders. Good cornering ability by the 5, but the horsepower just a bit off. Out of turn 4, 26 laps to go this time by. Still that 3-car battle for 4th rages on between Van der Wist, Langford, and Givens. They're about 20 car lengths behind Rabideau in 3rd. There's your battle for 1st right there. As Lovey's tracking down the leader, and more traffic to come for Jay Cox in the 00.
The lap cars are making it quite a bit easier for the leaders tonight. I think they realize that a bunch of points are up for grab here tonight, and they want to make sure that they don't interfere with those points leaders.
Do you think it helps, though, when the leaders are catching lap cars by themselves instead of a pack battling?
That's definitely a bonus.
Yeah, I don't see a pack. They're all single cars right now. You see Lovey, Martin, traffic. Lovey and Cox now. Lovey to the inside. Down the back we go. Battle for the lead. Lovey to the inside. Now we got traffic. There's 4 cars in front of the leaders. Lovey really loose through turns 3 and 4. Side by side at the stripe. I think Jay Cox registered as leading that lap. Still side by side for the lead. Here's that run out of turn 2. 21C will grab the lead, but they got traffic on both lanes here. Opportunity for Jeremiah Rabideau perhaps, but he's got a ways to go. Leaders trying to get through traffic. Lovey will go to the high side of the 88 Starrett machine. Cox will follow him through. Martin, a ton of traffic. Rabideau has brought him back a little bit. Rabideau needs to take less time going through the traffic, though. They'll go to the high side. Now they're onto the 17 of Jennifer Hatch. And now the traffic will smooth out again. 21 laps to go this time by. Rabideau, Martin, traffic now trying to get through. Cox trying to keep Lovey in tow, but the 21C starting to get away here, Dave.
Yeah, he's working better once he gets clear of traffic. Traffic slowed him up, and Jay caught up to him. Now their traffic again slowed him down. Jay caught up to him.
Yeah, I don't see another bunch of cars until about a straightaway ahead of the leaders now. A pack of 4 cars battling. Although there is a side-by-side battle right now in front of the leader. He'll come up on the high side of the 11 of Collison. And Cox reels him in just a bit, but doesn't hold up the leader that much. The front 3, still Lovey, Cox, and Rabideau. It's actually a benefit for Jeremiah that Lovey took the lead, because that saves potentially a point of Jay Cox leading the majority of laps. Kind of, if you look at it, helping Jeremiah just a bit here. And then if Lovey actually wins, that saves another few bonus points for the points leader. And Jay Cox still keeping that 21C in vision, just a couple of car lengths in front of him. 3-car battle, less than a straightaway ahead of the leaders. That'll be the next test for Lovey. 17 to go this time by.
Lovey's got a little more speed on the straightaways, but Jay Cox has got a little more corner speed, so it's quite an interesting standoff we've got here at the front.
They're coming up on some lead vehicles as well. Nathan Rhea, straightaway ahead of him, is the 13th place car. So they've almost lapped up the 13th position. As the leaders will come out of turn 4, 16 laps to go. Yeah, Sterling Roberts in that battle as well. Next up will be the 4 machine. I don't think the 4 is on the lead lap. A couple of lap cars ahead of the leaders, but here's some more traffic now for Jason Lovey with 15 to go this time by.
Business is about to pick up here with the leaders coming onto that bunch of cars in front of them there. Could get interesting.
Yeah, the lead now out to about 7 car lengths, and that lead pair have stretched themselves away from Jeremiah Rabideau. The battle for 4th, Vanderwist is pulled away from Langford and Givens. Joe Lawrence up to 7th now in the 28 machine. Into traffic we go with the leader. It all depends where you catch the traffic, Dave, on the half mile. Do you catch him in a good spot or do you catch him in a bad spot? Lovey needs to go high here, almost 3 wide. Cox will stay in a low groove. Lovey loose again, loses some traffic, almost contact there with the 40, and here comes the 00.
Lovey got really loose there, and he saved it, luckily, but he was on the edge.
Another 3-car battle ahead of the leaders, just ahead of them now. And that's a pretty good battle right now between Sterling Roberts, Joe Kicks, and Nathan Rhea. They're battling for the 13th position. And the leaders are just behind them. So they're coming up on Nathan Rhea in the 26, running 15th on the lead lap. William Clausen in the 64, ducks into pit road, pulls off the racetrack. The leaders will put Nathan Rhea a lap down. Now 14 cars in the lead laps. The next is the Wonder Bread, number 12 of Joe Kicks in 14th position. Leaders will go to the high side of him. 3 wide into turn 1, almost 4 wide, as Cox almost had an opportunity there. Joe Kicks trying to stay on the lead lap. They'll go to the high side of the 12 car. 10 to go this time by. Now just 13 cars on the lead lap. The next one is the 15 of Sterling Roberts. They're coming up on the gray 15 right now. Through turns 1 and 2. And Jay Cox, you're right, Dave, has been able to keep the 21C for the most part in close proximity because of the double zeros cornering ability. Look how he goes deep into that corner in turn 3.
Cox can close in the corners, and then Lovey can pull away on the straightaways. It's an interesting dynamic that we're seeing out there.
The passes are going to be a little tougher as they continue because they're going through cars currently in the top 10. Nathan Rhea slow high in turn number 2 on the backstretch. Will we see a caution? He won't be able to get down here. He's in front of the scoreboard right now. 8 laps to go. Very slow on the high groove is Nathan Rhea. Where does he find a spot to get down? He needs to come to the pits. He might just stop. There's cars all over the racetrack. He's going to stop, and we're going to go caution on the speedway with 8 laps to go. It is not over yet. The only variable which will not be a factor, I don't think anymore, Dave Mathers, will be the variable of dealing with lap traffic.
Well, I think they moved the lappers back quite a bit, so we'll see what happens. But that 26 car, I felt sorry for him. He wanted to get to the pits, but the track was completely full of race cars.
Absolutely. Caution on the speedway. 41 laps in the books. 9 to go. Bone stock 50 lapper. We'll be right back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV and Rev TV.
If you're the parent of a 12 to 14-year-old girl, I do not have to tell you how difficult it is to grow up today. Research shows us that mental health challenges are on the rise. Join our expert mental health providers on September 30th at Matthews Hall for the Yes I Can gathering for girls. It's a safe space for girls to work through the tough stuff they face every day. Follow us at Yes I Can GFG or go to www.waymakerinc.ca for more information and to register.
This year on season 18 is off the charts.
With talent this big.
The best I've ever seen in my life.
Get ready to double down on AGT.
You are incredible.
With all new episodes Tuesdays and Wednesdays on City TV.
So thrilling, and I didn't want it to stop.
I didn't like it.
What?
I loved it.
America's Got Talent. All new Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 8/7 Central on City TV. Or stream on City TV Plus, the app, or citytv.com.
Welcome back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV and Rev TV. Glad you could join us. Chris Soares. Dave Mathers joining us tonight. So glad to have Dave here. He is a 2016 Canadian Motorsports Hall of Fame inductee. Dave, are you having fun tonight?
Oh, I had fun every night here. I come and watch the races, but business is really going to pick up right now. We've got 6 cars at the front there that can do battle, and the front 3, they're as close as you want to get, and they're all equally fast, and they're all right there in the point. So this will be good. Well, yeah. I guess the 21 car's out of the points because of his 2-week hiatus or holiday.
Yeah, holiday in the Tunnel of Doom.
Yes, time off, I guess is the way to put it.
13 cars, I believe, officially on the lead lap. I think the 15 of Sterling Roberts gets the free pass. So 13 cars on the lead lap. Everyone else at least 1 lap down. They'll get the call to double up. How do you like Jeremiah Rabideau's starting position here with Cox starting on the outside, a row ahead of him, and the leader in front of you?
Well, it's going to be interesting going into 1 because Lovey has got the speed, Cox has got the cornering, And Rabideau is just going to sit back there and say, okay, boys, take each other out.
Vanderwist will start outside row number 2 with Rabideau, Langford, and Givens in row number 3. Joe Lawrence up to the 7th spot now. We'll start inside row number 4. Lane Zardo in row number 5 right there in the yellow 46. As they get set to go here, the 58 also up there as well. That's Wade Thorne. He'll start outside row number 4. Donovan Clark outside row number 5. So getting set, lights off the Delaware Speedway pace vehicle. And Jason Lovey will choose the inside, which Jay Cox is probably saying, thank you very much. Yeah. I'll take the outside. That's what I chose last restart.
That's right. He's probably sitting there saying, I think I can do this.
The only difference is the 21C will be the control vehicle. He will restart the race somewhere inside the restart zone. Delaware Speedway pace vehicle down on pit road, 9 to go this time by. They'll come out of turn 4. Lovey will control into the restart zone. Green flag, we're racing. What's Rabideau have for the 2 leaders? We'll see here in the turn 1 and 2. Side by side into the corner. Rabideau now trying to fight to the inside. Jeremiah trying to make a statement here. Oh, we're going to lose tire. High in turn number 2 and over the wall. It's the 19 of Verburn. High in the wall, the tire went over the entrance to turn number 2 from the outside of the track and hit the Battlefield rental sign and dipped over the wall, and immediately a caution on the speedway. Usually when we have a tire loose on the track, we go immediately to the red flag, but the tire exited the track in a hurry, and we have another caution here, still 9 to go.
I think that tire went to the same place that Dougie Stewart's steering rack went. They found Doug's steering rack in the field the next day.
We saw. Let's watch here. Watching for the 19 of Verburn. There's the contact right there, and we'll see if we can see a tire. No, we're going to lose the shot, but there's contact. I think was with the 78 of Justin Culver. The tire. I saw the tire just before it exited the track was bouncing. Yeah, that Doug Stewart wreck a couple weeks ago in the VA class, that's the hardest wreck I've seen in many, many years here. And where did you say they found in the field?
The steering rack.
In the field?
In the field, outside the park.
Oh, my.
That looked to me like a flat tire.
All right, so we're under caution with 9 to go here in the Bone Stock 50-lap feature. We'll be right back. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV and Rev TV.
I'm Mike Jack. I've broken multiple world records for eating some of the world's hottest peppers. Now, I'm challenging London restaurants to make some of the world's hottest food. Watch Jack Up the Heat Mondays at 5:30.
Jeff from Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff here, and we are back for another incredible season of Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff. We're going to tour some amazing backyards. We're going to meet up with some great folks, and we're going to cook some incredible food. Join us Thursdays at 7:30 for Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff.
As each day passes, we have one guarantee. The sun will rise in the morning and set in the evening. No matter where you are on this earth, there is a sunrise and a sunset. No matter the weather, the pollution, the clouds, there is a sunrise and a sunset. No matter what you do, like the sun, you will also have a time to rise and a time to set.
Welcome back. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV, Rev TV. Chris Orrs, Dave Mathers here. 1 lap to go here before we restart the Bone Stock 50 lapper with 9 to go. We had a tire go over the wall. Everything's good. Verburn in 19 is out. Last restart, Dave Mathers, Rabideau got a nice little bite in turn number 1. Got to the door on the Cox machine. We'll see if he can do it again.
Yeah, it's going to be tense there going into 1 because all 3 cars are equally fast.
Jason Lovey, the 21C, the control car. Pace car on pit road. The field a little bit spread out more now. They'll come out of turn 4, a little quicker acceleration. Green flag, we're racing. And the leaders caught the rest of the field, I think, napping a little bit. Into turn number 1 they go. Now Rabideau can't get to the inside of Cox, but here comes the 5 now with a good run. The front 3 trying to get away. Langford the 4th, Vanderwist in 5th. Lovey will grab the lead into turn 3. Can Rabideau get to the inside of the 00 as he's marred outside? Here's Jeremiah to the inside to no avail. The front four, single file. Rabideau now under siege by Langford to the inside. Langford is there. Langford third in the points, but well back, 40 off the pace. And Langford will go side by side with Rabideau. Here's the leader, 21C Lovey, down to 00 Jay Cox. Rabideau fighting to the outside of Langford. Oh, and coming up to fifth is Joe Lawrence. And how about the 46, the super stock driver of Lane Zardo, Dave?
He's up to sixth now, I believe, and he's moving ahead.
Here's Cox to the inside. Here's the battle for third. Langford, Rabideau, and Joe Lawrence. Langford not doing Jeremiah Rabideau any favors. Currently Jay Cox's best friend. Caution in the speedway. We got a car and a fire in turn number 3. Heavy damage. We're going to go red flag here. And upside down is the 40 car. And also the 15 of Sterling Roberts might have been involved or maybe stopped. That's Jason Craig in the 40. Upside down with smoke billowing from the bottom of the race car. And safety officials immediately on the track and on the scene in turn number 3 with 7 to go here in this bone stock 50-lap feature. Extinguishers being deployed. Checking in with Jason. Did not see what happened there. Track EMS dispatched as well, obviously. We don't know if we have anything. We will be told by the boys in the truck if we do. But they are still addressing the situation. We did not capture what occurred there. I saw it at the last second, but the 40 of Craig was already on his roof. And smoke billowing out of the car.
I didn't see what happened there, but it looks to me as though a bunch of hoses maybe came loose and spilled some fluids on the track.
Cleaning up the track spill as well. And Jason Craig out of the car. Fantastic news here. Wild ride on the backstretch here. 7 to go. We'll pause for a quick break. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV and Rev TV.
Do you have something to share? Let everyone know about your next meeting, your need for volunteers, or your fundraising event on the Rogers TV Community Billboard. Send us your words and we'll bring them to life on Rogers TV and rogerstv.com. When it's time to spread the word, go to rogerstv.com to add your announcement to the Community Billboard.
Hey folks, it's me, Giovanni Patini, the host of the RTV quiz show, the hottest show on television. It's the hilarious quiz show where you, the viewers, play for valuable non-existent prizes. It's got great trivia, fun facts, and a lot of laughs, all blended together in a perfect cocktail of edutainment. So join us Wednesdays at 7:30 right here on Rogers TV. Nice.
Welcome back to Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV and Rev TV. Chris Soares, Dave Mathers, top of the tower here. We're under red flag conditions, bone stock 50-lap feature. With 7 to go, Jason Craig flipping upside down in the backstretch with smoke coming out of the automobile. He did get out of the automobile, which is fantastic news. Cleaning up a spill right now and have to, obviously, and that spill going back down the backstretch. We don't like to see this. It's a big stretch that they're dropping down of cleanup stuff material to the right of your shot right now. Oh, and they stopped at the scoreboard, so it's not that far. Probably a quarter, about a half a straightaway, less than that. Going to be a lengthy cleanup here, Dave Mathers.
Yeah, they've got to get the car back on its wheels for openers, so they'll have to work to tip it up. And then corner 3 entry is going to be a little greasy for a while there with all that oil dry, but I'm sure they'll get it swept up.
More to
It'll be
come.
Interesting.
More to come. Other side of the break, Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV and Rev TV.
Looking for the best way to get the Major League Baseball games you want to watch? Rogers Super Sports Pack has you covered. With MLB Extra Innings, you'll have a premium ticket to out-of-market regular season games with all games available in HD. Don't miss the action from the games you want from both the American and National Leagues. MLB Extra Innings, part of the Super Sports Pack. For only $35.95 a month, Rogers customers get all this for one all-inclusive price. Order using your remote starting on channel 431 or visit Rogers.com today.
Welcome back at Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV and Rev TV, still under red flag conditions here as they got the 40 of Jason Craig. They're flipping it over right now. Dave Mathers back on its wheels. A lengthy spill, too, that they need to clean up. The 40 going upside down the backstretch. I'm pretty sure, well, I'm not pretty sure. There was not another car involved. I thought might be the 15 of Sterling Roberts, but I think Sterling just saw the red flag immediately, or the red corner lights, and immediately came to a stop. So the field's starting to reassemble in turns 1 and 2. The other cars on the backstretch still in a red flag condition. So as we mentioned near the top of the show, and you heard it in the interview with the flagman Scott Mackey, red flag conditions, you stop as fast as you can and as safe as you can. You are only allowed to move under red flag conditions when the safety crew asks you to move or the officials ask you to move. That's why they've moved all the cars from beyond turn 3 to reassemble in turns 1 and 2, but there's about half a dozen cars still parked in the backstretch near turn 3 to the right of this shot that cannot advance because the safety crew is working ahead of them. There you see the majority of the field set and ready to go as we are still cleaning up from a Jason Craig accident in turn number 3. More to come, other side of the break. Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV and Rev TV.
Thank you to all of our volunteers. Whether it's long production days or late nights, we appreciate everything that you do for us in helping put on our productions. Thank you, and happy National Volunteer Week.
Find out what's happening in your community by watching London City Council. Tuesdays at 1 p.m. on Rogers TV Channel 13 or streamed at rogerstv.com.
Yeah, it's a relatively even start to this one here. Both teams kind of just bouncing it around between each other's side. Swordbird is going to get another beautiful shot right into the back of that fan shot net there off a nice counterattack opportunity once again there. And they struggle when it seems as though they play teams that have the same mentality and the same game plan.
It's closing time, and you stayed out longer than you planned. So now you can't drive, and the buses have stopped running. You could always call your girlfriend. Or maybe your roommate? What about your best friend? You could just dial 1-888-TAXI-GUY or use the Taxi Guy app. The call and the app are free, and they both connect you to a local cab company to bring you home safely. Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive, drive sober.
We want to say a special thank you to our volunteers who work in front of the camera or behind the scenes at Rogers TV. Thank you from our community producers, our hosts, our studio and mobile crews, and everyone in between who volunteers at Rogers TV. We appreciate you. Thank you for everything you do at Rogers TV.
Welcome back at Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV and Rev TV, still under red flag conditions, bone stock, 50-lap feature with 7 to go. We think we know what happened. There you see marks there on the backstretch wall. We think Jason Craig went up on the wall, and when we originally thought Sterling Roberts may have been involved and may not have been involved because the red flag had come to a stop, they do have the 15 of Roberts on the business end of a tow truck now, just past the backstretch entrance to the infield. So we do believe, Dave Mathers, it was a two-car incident.
Well, I see 2 marks on the wall over there, one under the John Hart's one right beside the scoreboard. So looks like maybe one car got up and then another car got up. So I guess we'll never know because we don't have the footage of it, but I'm sure the drivers can tell us afterwards what happened.
Yeah, there's a lot of stay drive being administered, starting at the scoreboard, rolling into turn 3, and then lots in the turn 3 inside groove. The only good news about that, Dave, is the fact that these bone stocks, they run normal tires, and then we have King of the Hill after that. We obviously don't want to run King of the Hill on slippery track conditions, but the bone stocks, it won't take long to get them restarted. It would be different if we were running like super stocks with the late models.
Can you imagine if the late models were going to be coming out next? The whining on Fit Road would just be unbelievable. I'm not going out on a track with all that stuff on it.
There's the stay dry right there being cleaned up. That's the ABC Canusa sign just past the scoreboard, halfway down the backstretch, rolling into turn number 3. You're about to see the big cleanup just to the left, coming up just in front of the side-by-side. There it is right there as the safety crew continues to clean that area up here. Under red flag conditions here at Delaware Speedway. King of the Hill still to come. They're starting to line up outside the track as well with just 7 laps to go in this bone stock 50-lap feature here from Delaware Speedway. And as mentioned, DelawareSpeedway.com for all the information you need, all the ticket information to come see the races here at the half mile. Next week, Labor Day weekend, September the 1st, we'll be back on the air with you with the late models, the V8 stocks, and the bone stocks return next week, 7:30 airtime here on Rogers TV. Looking forward to our championship night coming up on September the 15th. We'll have the Ontario Sportsman Series in town. We'll also crown a champion in the late model and super stock divisions, which will be earlier. Earlier today, we spoke with the flagman Scott Mackey. I believe we have that for you right now. Joined now by starter, longtime flagman here at Delaware Speedway, Scott Mackey, joining us from the flag stand. Scotty and I have known each other for years and years, and used to work with Scott when I worked here. But Scott, tell us a little bit about your history with Delaware Speedway and how long have you been here?
I've been here about 26 years.
All right, and doing the flagman for the entire time, or have you done different roles?
Different roles. Flagman, assistant flagman, pace car driver, just about everything.
All right, and just so our listeners understand about how things are done here, are you fully in charge of making decisions on the track, or is there a team? Obviously, you have a race director up top beside me here, but it's a collaborative way you run the races. Is that correct?
Correct, yeah, it's a team. Sean and I work together pretty good to do this.
All right, so we got you on here because we want to take our viewers through the flags. So why don't I throw things over to you, Scott, and take us through the flags that you have in the stand with you.
Well, we'll start off with the red flag. When it comes out, it's usually something bad's happened on the track. The drivers stop as fast as they can, as soon as they can. And then there's no moving until we go yellow. And so when we go yellow, then they start rolling under caution again. We start the races that way as well. Then I'll wave the white flag. They'll get doubled up, ready to go. We'll go green. Black flag, usually they did something bad on the track or they got a body panel hanging. Blue and yellow is move over. If you're a slower car having a bad night, let you know the leaders are coming to get out of their way. And then everybody's favorite, the checkered flag. Everybody loves that.
Scott, take that blue flag out with the yellow. Explain to us what this flag is again. Is it a mandatory move over, or how does that work?
When the leader's first coming up on a lap car, that lets them know they're coming, and you should get over. If you've been in a lap, if the leader's past you, then it's pretty much mandatory that you have to get over for everybody else.
Okay. Now with the you mentioned the black flag, there is a certain process, right, as far as warning a driver or that they need to go into the pits for consultation? Is it like a step process with a black flag issued, or?
Yeah, if it's rolled up like this, it's like a verbal warning, like watch it, we're paying attention to you. If you get a full black flag, you have to go down pit road to the end, stop and go, or send you right to tech if there's a tech issue with your car.
The red flag, as we see to Scott's right, is displayed now. The red flag, and correct me if I'm wrong, Scott, the only way a vehicle can move under red flag conditions is if the safety team needs them to move to access the car or the driver that is an issue, correct?
That is correct, unless that or they're leaking fuel or something like that.
Okay. Scott, before we let you go, and we appreciate this, we wanted to get you on at some point this season. I'm glad you got you on today. Is there one memory that stands out from your time here at Delaware on the flag stand, one memory that stands out when someone says, hey, what do you remember most about the Speedway?
I honestly not one. It's been a great time. Like I said, been here 26 years. Absolutely love it. It's getting better. My youngest son just started working here 3 years ago, so I got more reason to want to come now.
Scott, as always, I appreciate your time. Good chatting with you on and off the mic. Have a good show tonight and a good rest of your season. Thank you for this.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Chris.
Driving 110 miles an hour because they don't.
All right, that was Scott Mackey, flagman, earlier today. We appreciate Scott's time. You saw the traffic behind Scott during the interview. Had an autograph session on track with the bone stocks and late models earlier today for our fans. All right, we're rolling. Already got the white flag. We're set to go. 7 laps to go. When we restart, Jason Lovey, control car inside row number 1. Jay Cox, the points leader, outside row number 2. Jeremiah Rabideau, 4 points off the championship, inside row 2. Green flag, we're racing. Lovey and Cox side by side into turn number 1. Rabideau better start this time. Rabideau trying to get to the inside of Cox. Jeremiah Rabideau is there this time, trying to get the second spot for the points lead. The points leader on the front side, on the high side of the second row. Rabideau to the inside, Lovey to the lead. Here comes Jeremiah Rabideau. He wants to get to the front. Lovey leads the feature. The points battle right behind him, side by side. It was 4 points going to the feature. Rabideau fighting on the inside. Here comes Joe Lawrence in the 28. Joe Lawrence out of nowhere. Now Joe Lawrence could help Rabideau. He could get to the inside of Jay Cox, and he does. Rabideau alone in second. Cox will fight back on the outside. 5 to go. This is getting good, and it's getting good in a hurry. Lovey trying to get away. Rabideau trying to reel him in. Cox will get by Lawrence. Cox will zoom in on Rabideau. Rabideau needs to protect the inside. He does not. Cox gets to the inside. Jeremiah will fight him off. Rabideau needs to stay on the inside here if he can. Now Cox goes to the outside. 4 to go here. Jeremiah Rabideau has gotten by the points leader. That's a difference of 1 point on the track. Cox will fight back on the outside. Joe Lawrence is kind of falling a little bit off the pace. Lane Zardo is up to 5th now, the Superstock driver. Jason Lovey will lead with 3 to go. They're side by side, right behind Lovey. That's the points battle. It's a point for every position on the track. Unofficially, Cox was 4 points ahead of Rabideau coming into this feature. Cox has already led a lap, so I would think it would be 5 points now. Rabideau can trim that, although minimal, can still trim it instead of losing more. Cox will try a crossover. Joe Lawrence trying to catch that battle. Less than 2 laps to go. Jason Lovey coming off a couple of weeks suspension, trying to go back to victory lane. Cox trying to cross over on Rabideau out of turn 4. White flag on the speedway. Rabideau and Cox battling for that second spot. Can Jeremiah hold on here? Cox trying to cross over again. Jason Lovey all by himself. Rabideau trying to hold on. A huge restart for Jeremiah Rabideau. Coming through turns 3 and 4. Double checkers in the air for Jason Lovey, returns to victory lane. Jeremiah Rabideau will hold on for second, followed by Cox, Joe Lawrence, and Lane Zardo rounding off the top 5. A huge restart for Rabideau. Dave Mathers and grabs the point back.
Well, I'll tell you, they sure put on a battle there for second place. Cox was up beside Rabideau and then fell back again, but they put on quite a show back there in the pack. And the best one was Lane Zardo coming up from way back at the back to finish 5th.
Absolutely. Great job by Lane Zardo. The rest of the Running order: Phil Gibbons, Wade Thorne, Matt Langford, Donovan Clark, Justin Culver rounding out the top 10. Joe Kicks, James Helton, Mark Thorne, Brady Cox, Taylor Everest, your top 15. Cassie Howard, Nathan Rhea, Jennifer Hatch, Randy Martin, Len Starrett, your top 20. Rob Wolston, John Clausen, Ian Levac, Trent Vanderwist, Kara Martin, your top 25. Then it was Sarah Wheels, Sterling Roberts, Jason Craig, and in the cars that did not finish, Sterling Roberts, Jason Craig, Miss Penny, Tyler Wheel, Michael Verburn, Jamie Shields, William Clausen, Adam Generou, Jason Cascadet, Mark McDonald, Dan Story, Charlie Verhoeven, and Hank Clausen. And we heard from the driver of the 21C earlier tonight, coming off a couple weeks suspension and returning to victory lane. Other than the suspension, he's won 3 features in a row, Dave.
Yeah, he's done extremely well. And look, he's got driver of the future standing on the front of the car there. Start him young. I guess that's the motto, eh?
Jason Lovey getting out of the car. And we'll send it trackside to Jordan Mosley to hear from our winner.
This time they got 3 and a flag.
That was a burn.
It's been a couple weeks, but you're back here, Jason Lovey. Give me your thoughts on that win.
Wow, that was a burner, boys and girls. Man, oh man. I don't know what to say. That was awesome running with Coxie, running so clean. Same with Rabideau, man. It was just awesome to win this one tonight, and makes up for a little bit of a tweet there. But I tell you what happened the last time around, but maybe I should save it for another time around. But anyways, I got to thank the guys in tech for making me get rid of that shitty intake, and I put this one on. It's a whole lot better. I should have done it right from the start. Wouldn't have had this problem.
The weeks are ticking away here in this season. What should we see out of this 21C for the rest of the year?
I'm only here to get trophies, baby. The only thing I'm here for is trophies. I blew the start of the season, and I got it with a bad car, so I'm way out of the points and missed a couple races, and of course suspension don't help, and so now we're hunting trophies.
I know there's a lot of people that are making these cars fast these days.
Oh, there's a lot of people making them fast. The boys at Wampum Fuels put that gas in the back to get me run real good tonight. Also want to thank, who do I got to thank? I got to thank Q and Lou. I got to thank Grazing Hill. I got to thank Jim down at OK Tire. I got to thank the boys at Pabst Blue Ribbon. I think we're going to have a couple of them tonight, don't you think, guys?
Jason Lovey down here, the most bone stock sponsor in the field. Your Wampum
Here's the winner of the Bone Stock 50-lap feature, Jason Lovey, coming off of a suspension. You loved that comment, Dave Mathers, about the fuel. Why did you laugh? Can you tell us?
Well, if you look, Wampum Fuel's on just about every car down there.
Right.
And,
it's the series sponsor. That's
yeah,
right.
I know. So he's thanking the car sponsor and the series sponsor at the same time, so that's good marketing on his behalf.
Coming up next, King of the Hill from Delaware Speedway. It's Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV and Rev TV.
And this one will escape the Niagara end. We have a counterattack the other way. Ooh, that's a pass right in front and a goal.
Wow.
And how quickly can defense turn into offense?
About 16% of the people we talked to actually became homeless during the pandemic. And it's a horrible thing to be.
I just wanted to take a few minutes to thank all the dedicated volunteers throughout the summer and the winter months and through the years for all your hard work and your dedication to giving up your weekends to come out and be part of the volunteer program here at Rogers. So I just want to say thank you very, very, very much.
Welcome back at Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV and Rev TV. Chris Orrs and Dave Mathers joining us as an analyst tonight, getting set for the King of the Hill. What they say, 44 cars?
44 so far.
So far, 44
there
cars.
There may be some hiding in the pits, they said.
Absolutely. King of the Hill, if you haven't seen it, get ready. You bring your normal car. Do you take to work every day? Out in the track, one lap against another vehicle. You win, you move on. You lose, you're done. And I'm going to preface this whole King of the Hill by saying that Dave and I are at the top of the tower. Sometimes we can't see what kind of vehicles they are. So if you're watching online or whatnot, and you're saying, hey, Chris, how come you don't know about all the cars? Well, because of our vantage point. So we're trying our best. Dave might be able to help me tonight. The boys might be able to help us in the truck. But take it easy. If you want to help us out, we do take volunteers, right, Dave? Just come on the broadcast. You can help us out.
Yep.
Absolutely. Getting set for King of the Hills. You see the cars kind of formulating on the pit road. I do know that we do have a few minivans. A lot of these cars just get on the track and just give her down the backstretch, Dave, just to show off, right?
Oh, as soon as you come in the track, I mean, you got to pull the gun out of the holster. I mean, that's what it's all about.
We have an undercover police cruiser just pulling in behind Victory Lane, getting set. We got a few Mustangs. I think a couple of Camaros. There they come from the Turn 2 entrance to the racetrack.
Minivans, you're in this line right here.
We have a few minivans. Any more coming in the entrance there? I think we might have a few more. Here comes a couple more. There we go. There's a SUV. Oh, hello. That was a small little car that just came in there.
Yep.
Great field of minivans here tonight.
Little black sports car. I think that's it. Is it? Oh, no. Flashlights being waved on, so more coming in. Wow, we got what a roster here. Here's a hatchback. Not doing too bad thus far. Oh, there's a classic Mustang. I think that Mustang was here last time. Oh, another Mustang, a newer Mustang. Dave's counting. There's a white sunroof car. Oh, another hatchback with a nice bright yellow helmet. You see that? King of the Hill cars coming in. That car might look like it's fast. You never know.
38 so far.
Where the pit boxes are, that's the VIP.
Defending champion is not here this evening, so we're going to crown a new champion. Is that it?
I counted 39.
Is there more coming on? Might be more coming in.
Oh,
yeah, there is more. Wow. It never stops. There's a pickup truck. We got a few pickup trucks, actually. Saw a Ford F-150 down there. I think that's it. There's the flashlight wave from Albert. We're good to go. Now he's waving the trailers that want to leave the track before the King of the Hill, which is about 3 of them. So we'll get them out of the way. So what's our final count with that pickup truck in turn 3, Dave?
I think I got 42.
Yeah, we got to get some minivan tech out here.
42, pending any infield entrance. They've pulled the minivans and 2 minivans and an SUV along pit road. So they've set 3 aside. Is there a 4th one? There isn't a 4th one. There's only 3.
It's an SUV. Sorry, folks.
Yeah, so 2 minivans and an SUV. So the SUV, no good.
A couple of ringers down here just at the push-out road. There's a 911 Porsche, and right behind them, there's an old Mustang GT.
Oh, a Porsche. Oh, yeah. Silver Bullet. Nice silver Porsche there.
And a silver Mustang right behind it.
So the row ahead of them along the wall, what's that small one? Is that it? I don't even know what that is. I don't want to take the heat and say something incorrect, but there's a small car there. It's a European car, I think. I just don't know what it is. You know any idea what it is beside that red hatchback, Dave? No. No. We're going to have to figure it out.
So I don't know. We got to get the
all right. So
to see if that is an actual
1 versus 1. You lose, you're done. You win, you move on. There you see the minivans parked on the right. There's the Porsche. Dave, look at that.
Yep.
I didn't even see that come in. Did that come from the infield?
No.
Okay.
No, they came in together. The Porsche and then the Mustang right behind them. They both let it go, of course.
Of course.
So inside row.
All right, so are we almost ready to go? There's the white pickup truck with a topper on it, Canadian flag. We had that last time.
Right behind him is the white minivan.
So we're going to do 1 lap per pair. I think the finals will be best 2 out of 3.
Jordan's right there on the scene. Okay, the third one's a Journey. No, not buying it.
So we're waiting for the first pair to come out.
So we just got 2. We just got 2 legit minivans. Yeah. Sorry, Journey. that was the case, Justin would be down there.
Just to get his speed when he's talking about the
Like I said, if that car runs for that, I'm going down and getting the car. Yeah, that's a lot of gas money, isn't it?
All right, so waiting for the first pair to be set. Those set pylons at the start-finish line.
Out of there.
Cars will pull up to each pylon, and the pylons will be removed. And what Scott's going to do in the flag stand is when the cars are set and ready to go, he'll turn the lights off, and then he'll turn the lights to green. There you see the pylons at the start-finish line.
You can sell it to me all day long. I'm not buying it. Is the Matrix
getting ready to set the first two to go here.
Where's my man Chris in the Matrix? So we're gonna have a
see what we're waiting for here. Officials are talking. Turn them loose. Let's go, boys.
That's like right out of Are You Faster Than a Redneck? Little American.
So you said 42 cars, Dave?
I counted 42, yes.
42. All right. That's 21 rows, opening round. I can do math.
Let's roll them out first to give them the dough. We're doing them first?
Oh.
I don't know. Is that 2 out of 3, or what are we doing?
We're going to, oh, we got more cars coming in. There you see, top of the screen, another minivan. There we go. Oh, another minivan. We got 2 more minivans here, folks. Look out. We got the bucket on. We got another vehicle coming in. What is that coming in? That looks like a classic Dave Mathers.
Looks like a these 2
That's not the Lincoln full of nitrous that you ran back in the
No, no, it's not. Sounds pretty good.
I'm not buying the Journey. Sorry.
All right, so the Journey is going to be taken out of the van class. They're going to start the vans first. So the 2 of the 4 vans are going to start here. There it is, Dave. What is? Can you tell us what that is? Any idea?
It's a 68 Impala.
Okay, let's get specific. It's a 68 Impala. Thank you, Dave. I like that.
Okay. Look at that. The one guy's got
very nice. All right, our opening van match. We got a car. Oh, we got an extra downforce. One of them has a cargo hold on top, Dave.
That's cheating. That's a.
We got a Honda van and I think a Dodge Caravan, I think. Like I said, folks, I prefaced it early. I'm not right all the time. I think it's the Honda. The gray van's a Honda with a cargo rack. Cargo hold. Lights are off. Lights are green. Here we go. What happened to the Caravan?
A little bit of a slow reaction time there.
Maybe added downforce for the Honda van. Slowly through turns 1 and 2, building speed. Here comes the Caravan on the outside.
Whoa.
They'll go side by side down the back. And then turn number 3, the Caravan going into the corner. Easy now, don't slide up too high. And I think that is a Caravan coming around to take the first van matchup. Look like a Caravan.
Okay, let's get those next 2 minivans out there next.
Nobody corrects me in the truck. They like throwing me out under the bus, so if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. All right, we're going to send out the next 2 vans, I think.
The Town and Country has won a trip to the final. He's halfway to $160.
Where are you going? Where are you going? This isn't over yet.
Hit road.
I guess we're not going to do the minivans.
So if you heard Dave saying, where are you going, where are you going? See, that's all about being a rookie up here. We have a button to cut his mic off. He was talking to race director Sean. Sean
no,
was
I was talking about the van that won.
I thought you were talking about Sean. Where are you going? Where are you going?
No, the van. The van came back out on the racetrack after he won.
Oh, he didn't go into pit road?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought you were talking about Sean.
Well, that too. He was leaving.
So they didn't send out the other vans. Okay, so we got another first round matchup. Okay, so we got an SUV on the outside was in the last King Hill. That's either a Charger or a Challenger on the inside. Charger,
there, yeah.
okay.
Whoa.
Oh, wow. Hello. Good start by the truck. Let's see what the car has on the backstretch here. Into the back they go. Trying to close in here into turn 3. Watch the braking here. Oh, you hear the tires screeching. Out of turn 4, that black SUV got him here. Nice run.
Good run for the SUV.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, we got the other 2 minivans coming out now. Those other 2 cars need to slow down. Let the vans go through.
Is that a Town and Country? The second one? Caravan, Town and Country.
All right, so another 2 vans coming out here.
Can't tell if it's a Ford or not.
And the other car is being directed on the pit road. Some rookies in the King of the Hill. All right, next 2 vans here. I think one's a Caravan and one might be a Town and Country.
Yep,
I don't know.
The second one.
I don't know.
Something tells me the person on the
It's 2 vans, I know that for sure.
That's a Ford.
Soccer mom vehicles.
Yes.
Looks like it's rub paint.
All right, red flag on the speedway. They'll clear the pylons. Scotty will take the lights off. Lights are off. Oh, look out, head start. They're going to send him anyway. Green flag. Couple of vans. And they'll work turns 1 and 2. One of the vans pretty slow negotiating those turns. The other one is getting out of there.
I'm betting on the tan minivan.
Yeah, I think a van might win this one. Tires screeching out of turn 4. And I think it's the Town and Country that lost. Okay, so they're going to throw the 2 vans that won together in a van final for $200, I think I just heard. That's pretty good.
My goodness.
All right, next up, I think this black car is a Honda Civic, I think.
What are the odds that the guy who wins $200 is driving the minivan?
I don't know.
What do you think? It's closed, so very slim. Well, when you go to Costco,
Couple of hatchbacks. Next up, opening round continues here, King of the Hill.
Now, I got to tell you something.
Okay, go ahead.
In the 90s, the starting line was right where the starter stand is.
Okay.
Okay, they moved it back for the timing.
Yep.
Okay, when it was up there, I used to pull right up against the guardrail, tight to the guardrail, and dive into corner 1.
All right.
That's one of the tricks
And
back then.
carry the momentum.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I heard a Toyota on the outside in the white machine.
Nicely done. The big revs and cheers.
Whoa.
People in the VIP lounge really liking how
Both into the brakes in turn number 3.
White car's closing.
Yep. He's doing good. He's going to get to round 2. That's not the guy with the Leafs hat, was it?
All right.
No. No.
Through to the next round.
He's already golfing, isn't he? Oh, no, he's still here. He's still here.
Black car on your screen. Through to the next round here.
Man, you got your hat out backwards for everything.
Oh, this next matchup. Maybe an uneven matchup here.
That is, though.
Oh, they're going to send the vans back out, are they?
Oh, it's the minivan off, Jordan.
Oh, yeah, the minivan final.
Up for grabs.
There's
Caravan.
It's a Town and Country versus a Town and
Yeah,
Country.
those two are out because they already raced. So these next 2, this is the final for the vans. I guess $200 I heard.
They're asking for 2 out of 3 here.
Oh, 2 out of 3 for the vans. So this delays the rest of King of Hill just a bit.
Perfect. So who's got the white minivan?
All right. So I think that's a Dodge Caravan, the white one.
Silver minivan.
And what is it? A Town and Country. One's white on the outside, silver on the inside. 2 out of 3, I believe. 2 out of 3 for the van final, as Jamie Mosley just said.
It's got the sunroof closed. Good job. Smart move.
$200 on the line.
$200 on the line.
I think I just said that. He heard
I
me.
think that's what the Stock winner got tonight, too.
All right, they'll clear the pylons. Red flag on the light standard. 2 out of 3 minivan final. Green flag, and we're rolling with the vans.
They are off like a herd of turtles.
almost side by side in a turn one. Oh, they'll actually go pretty quick in a turn one.
That white van had pretty good speed last race.
Yeah, and it took the lead out of turn two on the high side. Here comes the white van trying to close in into turn number three. You'll go to the high side now. On the brakes, both of them are on the brakes. They'll both wash up the track. Trying to cross over for the white van to no avail. Leg number one to the silver minivan. All right, so they'll come around and they'll start in the opposite section, and we'll do it again in the silver minivan, looking for the sweep here. And then we'll continue on with the rest of the King of the Hill. And there is some sporty looking cars on pit road, Dave.
Oh yeah, there's mean looking equipment down there. There's a bunch of horsepower.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, they'll come around, they'll switch lanes here.
In the King of the Hill, you keep racing.
The silver minivan, one leg to none.
$200 and the trophy.
All right, so they'll set them up at the line under a yellow flag. When they're stopped, they'll go to red flag. Lights on the traffic, lights around the track. They'll clear the pylon. Scotty will turn the red light off and turn it to green. Lights off, green.
Don't worry about body work.
Another good start by the silver minivan, this time on the outside. Can the white van get to the inside? The white van will get to the inside. Side by side through turns 1 and 2. Really high for the silver minivan, and the white van will lead him down the back. Trying to extend it to a third leg here. Here under braking, the silver minivan will come in closer and looking to take it to a third leg. The white minivan will win it. We're going to a third and final race. At the line, he's got him. And we're going to a third one.
Tiebreaker.
Yes, for $200. And they'll switch lanes again. Both inside lane vans have won. So you would think that the silver minivan has the edge here, Dave.
Well, it's hard to say.
My question is, who's got the cojones?
We'll see if the white minivan can get in deeper into that turn number one and try and stay level here.
So far, it's been the inside one.
That's right.
Every time, so.
All right, so the white minivan will go to the high side, silver one to the inside. One leg each, tiebreaker coming up. And they'll stop them at the line. They'll look at the flag stand light standard. Red light, no lights, green light. We're going in the inside lane. Another start here, but it's a little closer for the white minivan. White minivan's got to stay with it here. White minivan's got to stay as close as possible. White minivan losing a little bit. Van and a half, 2 car lengths now. It's going to take something special for the white minivan to pull this off into turn number 3. They're trying to prevent washing up the track. Silver minivan looking to win it. Silver minivan's going to win it. Coming at the stripe. And the silver minivan wins the van competition for King of the Hill.
And he's still got a shot to
and that's $200, and the silver minivan goes into the regular King of the Hill competition. So it could win a little bit more, I would imagine, as we go back to the regular vehicles.
Here comes the pickup.
Yep.
Crowd favorite.
All right. There you see the pickup on the back stretch.
Definitely a great race between
and I think maybe against a Mazda, maybe? We'll have to wait and see. Who knows? I know that's a pickup truck. All right. So we continue on with the King of the Hill. And there are some sporty vehicles to come. Wow.
Let's see.
All right, the truck is going to go on the inside, I believe. White pickup truck with the Canadian flag on the topper. It's either a Mazda or a Subaru, maybe. It's got a 1 on the passenger window. And we'll see how this goes.
With Mazda.
Those green machines,
all right, pylons will get cleared into the regular King of the Hill competition now. And, oh, good start by the truck. It was a good start by the truck. And the green machine trying to get away here now. And the Mazda, it is a Mazda, will go down the back and will extend its lead. And this should be a pretty easy victory here, as long as it stays safe through 3 and 4. Out of turn 4, the Mazda will advance. And the white pickup truck, Shigon, eliminated.
That'll be back next week as a bone stock.
All right, next one we have a SUV.
I'm not sure why they, I think, spray painted
And
numbers on just the van side. But let's
the car is going to go to the inside, I believe.
A newer car.
And the SUV on the outside.
A newer age Ford Edge.
Okay, so we got a Ford
Do you give the Edge? The Edge?
All right, they need the red car to move up a little bit closer. They've gone away from the pylon stuff and ready to go here. Lights off. Green. Very late start by both vehicles. And the truck will even things out into turn number 1. Takes the lead through turns 1 and 2. Impressive couple of corners by the SUV. Down the back will grab the lead. And extending.
Color me gone.
And through turns 3 and 4. Oh, look out, washing up the track just a bit. And there's people don't anticipate that when you're going into turn number 3. That corner really goes in a hurry. And the SUV will advance to the next round.
How else to say that one?
All right. Couple of, I think this is a couple of cars here.
We need a spotter down at the track to tell us what they are.
SUV.
Why are they honking?
They both want the inside lane. That's not going to happen.
Somebody needs to go
All right, so the SUV is going to go to the high side here.
Follow instructions very well. Why is there a third?
And another SUV still on the track behind them. Not quite sure why that.
That's the winner.
Yeah, they're forgetting to go. They have a track. They have an official at the corner, the entrance to pit road, but they're not seeing them when they come around. They're just continuing around the track. So they're going to send the previous winner through.
A couple weeks ago, and he hasn't had time to get to the dealership.
And I would be, if I'm a track official at the start of pit road, I'm telling them, if you win, go back around and come into pit road, turn 4. So he's going to come around as they'll clear the pylons here.
I just heard that thing go, and it's a V6. Pretty stout.
All right, they'll clear the pylons. They'll wait for the previous winner to get off the track.
Chrysler 200 on the inside, maybe? That's a Chevy Cruze.
Chevy Cruze on the inside in the blue.
Sure, right? It's foreshadowing. Yep, and another SUV on the bright side for that Ford.
Black SUV, and they're saying a Chevy Cruze on the inside. Green lights, pretty even start. They'll go even into turn number 1. And still even. SUV coming out, had to hit the brakes, was really
bad
loose.
Push.
Yeah, very loose. And the Cruze on the inside. Here comes the SUV back on the outside. It's not over yet. Watch the brakes, watch the brakes, watch the track as they'll come out of turn number 4. And this might be close at the line here. No, it's going to be the Cruze will advance. The SUV had the horsepower, but just didn't have the handling. And the black SUV, she gone.
I like watching SUVs beat cars.
All right, next up, this is a nice blue color here, Dave.
It is.
Yeah, this is a nice
late model Mustang.
It looks like an old school Lexus
All right.
on the inside.
Mustang in the blue.
Cars can be quick if you soup them up, but then you have a
I'm betting on the Mustang, Chris. I don't know about you.
I love that color, though. That's a nice color with that black tint. I'm not sure what that is on the inside.
solid street car.
A runner-up.
If it's been upgraded,
Green. Oh, look out. Good start by the inside vehicle. Oh, hello, Mustang. Got it into second gear. Oh, the other car rode right up the track behind the Mustang here. Oh, it's a Toyota. And the Toyota, maybe no competition now down the back. Mustang stretching out the lead. Easy now. That Toyota going in pretty heavy. Both of them washing up the track a little bit. The Mustang, the blue Mustang will advance. And the Toyota, she gone. All right, we've got a little black hatchback coming up next. This might be a good matchup here.
Next on up, we have a coupe versus a expensive car.
Okay, so we got a little hatchback on the inside.
That's a Focus. On the inside?
They're saying maybe a Focus on the inside.
It looks like a Focus, yes.
Or it might be a Toyota Prius on the inside. Focus on the inside.
Focus on the inside.
Can't tell what's on
Green light, we're racing into Focus with a great start. And we'll take a healthy lead into turn number 1.
the Focus. He was focused.
And we'll try and extend the lead out of turn number 2 down the back.
Focus. If it's pulling away from the car, it's racing down the back.
And
Well, the biggest thing
the lead is closing in here under braking. Just a few car lengths back here through turns 3 and 4, making it interesting. Watch the wall. And a drag race to the finish, and the Focus will take it. Good little finish there.
So the Focus.
All right, so the Focus goes through.
Here comes the cop car.
Ah, here he comes. Here comes the undercover cop car. Undercover cop car coming up next against another Mustang, I think. Police cruiser and a Mustang, I believe. No, it's not it is a Mustang.
Dozen donuts.
All right.
Passenger seat.
This will be interesting. Mustang on the outside. And police cruiser on the inside. It's got the battering ram just in case.
Yeah. It's for moving cars off the interstate.
That's right. Red light on.
And donuts.
All right. No light. Green light. Good start. We'll see what the Mustang has. Cop car trying to get to the inside in turn 1. The cop car is there on the inside. Mustang forced to stay high. Cop car will have the lead out of turn 2. Here they go down the back. Mustang trying to fight to the outside. Cop car trying to stay in that inside groove. As long as he's inside, he might have a shot here. This might be close out of turn number 4. And the Mustang will accelerate out of turn 4. Good cornering there by the Mustang. And he'll advance in the cop car Shigon.
Cop car did better than I thought it would.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Next round. We're still in this opening round. 21 pairs to go through in this opening round. All right, so we had a number 1. Now we have a number 2.
Buddy, it's the same guy. Wait, what? This is Joe Kicks Jr.
Joe Kicks Jr. in the
Why are they
green number 2.
to the same car? The mini fighting chicken.
See, if we can zoom out of the camera, you'll see the pair car right on the other side of the pit wall.
Yep.
Had the window up with showing the number 1. There you see it, top of the screen. Green light, we're racing. A good start by the outside car. Thank you, guys in the truck. Appreciate that. And good start by the outside machine. Out of turn 2.
Looks like number 2 is going to be number 2.
Yes, green machine having trouble down the back.
He's got somebody else.
And through turns 3 and 4.
Well, he's only going to have one car.
Out of turn 4, and no contest here. And the green number 2 machine will be eliminated.
That's foreshadowing right there.
All right. Next matchup. There you see the winner on the screen. King of the Hill, Delaware Speedway. Another Mustang coming up. Nice red Mustang with stripes on it. And we have another SUV on the outside.
What's he going to do, a burnout? What did I tell you?
You're right.
Hey, but at least he's doing burnouts on the old asphalt.
All right. Ready to go here.
BMW on the top?
Red Mustang on the inside. We're trying to.
Got a stern talking to down
Yeah, he just got the Mustang driver just got a talking to apparently.
I think it's Volkswagen up top.
It looks like a Volkswagen on the high side, they're saying.
No, what the guy said, it's an oval, not a stock drag strip.
That's right. Mustang and Volkswagen. Volkswagen will have the edge into turn 1. What happens out of turn 1 and 2, we'll see. Side by side, Volkswagen's trying to hang in there. Mustang rolling up the track a little bit. And they'll be side by side out of turn 2. Volkswagen hanging in there. Just a little bit of a margin. Volkswagen fighting back on the high side, trying to corner. Look out here out of turn number 4. Drag race to the line. Drag race, it'll be the Volkswagen to win it over the Mustang. That's what happens when you do a burnout, because you're eliminated. She gone. What do you think about that, Dave?
I don't know what that Volkswagen's got, but it's stout.
Wow, that was a nice one. That was a nice matchup for sure.
When they come around, the Mustang just got beat by an SUV. As they come around, I need everybody starting in turn 4 to just start laughing, okay?
All right, so we're waiting for the other pair to come out. We're waiting for the next pair. Now they've been released. We'll get our second look at a pickup truck.
You got beat by an SUV. And
Pickup truck and a car, next matchup here. All right. Continuing with King of the Hill here at Delaware Speedway, round number 1.
Like, did he bring the 4-cylinder Mustang or what?
And I believe this is a Ford. No, this is a Chevy.
Right. Yeah, like
Pretty sure that's a Chevy pickup truck.
You better go 2 rounds. So, pickup versus sedan.
All right, so Chevy pickup on the inside. We got a gray sedan on the outside. Red lights on the Speedway. Lights are off. Green light. And good start by the Silverado on the inside, but the car will lead him into turn number 1. Look out. Cuts across the front of the truck. Truck trying to get a good start and launch off of turn number 2. That won't happen. And it's a pretty healthy lead into turn 3 by the sedan here. Looking to finish things off in this opening round matchup and eliminate the Silverado. And the sedan will win it. The Silverado will be eliminated.
That's what we call a first round runner-up.
First round runner-up. That's a term I haven't heard.
Keep in mind, that is for charity.
A couple of cars coming around here for the next matchup. This could be a good matchup here. We'll have to wait and see.
So tonight, I guess we raised 400
the
some odd dollars for charity.
White car will be on the outside. And great little sports car on the inside. Looking forward to seeing that Porsche. That's 4 matchups away.
I want to see him run the car right behind him, the Porsche.
Charger on the inside.
That looks like a Chevy on the outside.
Charger on the inside, and they think that might be a Chevy on the outside. They're in the same vantage point as we are. So Charger on the inside, Chevy Cruze on the outside. Next round, opening round. King of the Hill, Charger, good start.
The Nissan.
Oh, no, that's not a Charger. It's a Nissan. My apologies. I'm kind of parroting off the track announcers here. It's a Nissan out front and a Chevy Cruze in the white.
Yeah, because the Chevy has that pointed nose.
And the Nissan, pretty healthy lead into turn number 3. Pretty high in the corner, though. Here comes the Chevy back. Oh, now the Chevy drifting up the track. And the Nissan's going to hold on here for the win. And the Chevy, she gone. This next matchup, Dave Mathers, is going to be a good one.
I'm looking forward to this one right here.
We got a beautiful orange and black Mustang and a black hatchback that looks like it's full of speed.
And the hatchback
we'll see.
on the inside.
Oh, the hatchback wants to be tight to the Mustang. That's not going to happen. That's why the pylons are there. All right. So orange Mustang on the outside, black hatchback on the inside.
That's a Camaro, isn't it?
Oh, is it a Camaro? It is a Camaro. My apologies, Dave. Thank you. See? That's why I need help. Good start by the hatchback. Look at the hatchback go right up the track and block the Camaro. This might be a good matchup here. Camaro trying to stay in tight. Trying to come off the corner. Did not come off the corner as well as the hatchback. Now the Camaro going to gun it down the backstretch here.
Camaro had a bad push out of 2.
Yep, look out here. Into the corner. They're both pushed up just a little bit. The hatchback's going to take it. And the Camaro, she gone. Thank you. That's why I need help from you guys, because I thought that from up here,
they all look the same.
Yep, they all look the same. Dave's closer to our monitor than I am. I'm not even looking at the monitor.
Is that a Cadillac?
Yeah, with nitrous, Dave.
That's one of the wheels, I believe.
All right. Next matchup.
CTS VR, maybe?
We got a Civic on the inside.
Not sure what the outside car is. Isn't it a Cadillac ST VR? CSTVR?
Might be.
Or is it going to be the Jag?
Oh, it's a Jag. It's a Jaguar.
Oh, is it?
Jaguar on the outside, Civic on the inside. That's the Jaguar that was in the infield.
Okay.
Looks fast. It sounds fast.
All right, we'll see what the Jag has down the back here. And there it goes. It's a good speed down the backstretch. Good healthy lead over the Civic. The Jaguar looking to advance here.
Jag looking okay.
And the Jaguar out of turn 4 will advance to the next round. Checker flag in the air. And the Civic will be eliminated.
The next pair is a pair of big boys. Look at these.
Yeah. This is the smallest matchup in the opening round.
The Matrix. It's got to be coming up soon.
The smallest matchup in the opening round right here.
Lyle. The cute little smart car on the outside. That's a Fiat.
It's a Fiat on the outside.
That's the Italian version of it. Fix it again, Tony. What do we got on the inside? Another Focus.
Focus on the inside, Fiat on the outside. All right. I'm very interested to see how this Fiat does, Dave.
Talking the Focus.
Focus on the inside, Fiat on the outside.
Remember the Italian job?
That's right.
But go ahead. Oh, it looks like they're even on speed.
Into the Focus will take the lead into turn 1 to see what the Fiat has to do here. Cornering pretty well, they both are. Down the back. No real margin being increased or decreased. And the turn through. Oh, the Fiat coming in hard here. Yeah, washing up the track. Hold on to her, hold on to her. And the Focus will advance over the Fiat here in the opening round of King of the Hill.
Thanks for coming out.
All right, here comes the Porsche.
We're getting down to the end
and
of
a
the
Mustang.
We gotta see the Matrix soon.
Silver Porsche on the inside. Oh, the Mustang wants the inside too. That's not going to happen. Mustang's going to be forced to the high side here. And it's going to be Mustang on the outside, Porsche on the inside here. All right. Wonder if this is going to be a good matchup here.
I'm betting on the Porsche.
Okay. Plus starts on the inside, so we'll see.
Obviously a new Porsche because it is shiny.
All right. Pylons removed. No lights. Green light. Good start by the Porsche, Dave. You might be right. Oh, very good speed in the
four-wheel drive. Makes a big difference.
That might be the winner already. Like, look at the speed down the back.
I don't know if I've ever seen a Mustang that slow.
And in through turns 3 and 4, the Mustang well back. Porsche can put it neutral and coast in now.
That's irrelevant.
And the Porsche, no issues. And that might be the favorite right off the hop.
I'm going with you on that one.
Four-wheel drive Porsche, that could be very interesting on a half-mile track. It corners very well.
Now this old Mustang coming out could be interesting too.
Old school Mustang here will go to the high side.
67 GT.
He was in the last King of the Hill.
Was he?
Yeah.
No, you can do it anyway.
Little burnout. Watch the wall.
No.
Thou shalt not do a burnout.
On the new asphalt, they said, and he got a talking to from the official as well.
Safety crew not taking any crap.
And they're going to reset the black car. Older Mustang on the high side.
34 on the window? Maybe?
All right, pylons are going to be removed here.
Might be one of Nick Ramsey's cars.
Lights are off.
One on the inside, right?
Green light. Yeah. Good start by the Stang. Very good start by the Stang. The other car fighting back on the inside. Closed the gap in a hurry.
The thing on the inside's got a lot of power.
Look out here.
Yeah.
Change of lead. That's our first lead change so far in the King of the Hill on the backstretch. Side by side through turns 3 and 4. Right along the wall. And going to eliminate the classic Mustang in the opening round. That's our first lead change we've seen on the backstretch so far.
If he does better on the
wow.
starts, he'll be okay.
Still in the opening round. It's our second last matchup of the opening round. 21 pairs to start, including our vans.
No, it's not the Matrix.
Oh, he's got a white, I think that's a white Civic on the inside.
Looks pretty plain Jane. Mitsubishi on the outside.
Is this a right-hand driver or is there a passenger here?
Oh, there's a passenger on the outside car. Passenger there on the outside car.
The outside, either that or it's a right-hand drive.
It might be, yeah. One of those two. Jamie Mosley was agreeing. Might be a right seat driver. Honda Civic in the white. And the Civic.
I don't think it's going to matter.
Oh, maybe not. Here we go. Another lead change, maybe on the back. Yes. Completed the pass before they got to turn 3.
Civic's not done.
And the Civic trying to fight back on the outside. Here we go at the line. Oh, it blew something. Or that was a missed shift or something. I saw nothing but black smoke come out of the black car. Wow. And the Civic eliminated. Replay here. What's this, Dave? What's blowing out? Look at that. Look at that.
Missed the gear.
Missed the gear.
Turbo pop.
Good job on the replay. This is our final pair of the opening round. No?
You still got the big boat.
Oh, the big boat, but he's paired up against the car that was ready in the opening round. So this is the second last and third last vehicles of the opening round. A pickup truck on the outside, obviously. And is it a blue Civic, blue Honda on the inside? It's a Volkswagen, we believe, on the inside, who just got a great start. And Volkswagen will lead comfortably out of turn number 2 and down the back. Here comes the truck, though, trying to fight back under the cornering, but that won't work because the Volkswagen is gone.
I'm guessing turbo on the Volkswagen.
The truck coming in heavy into turn 3. Oh, it held onto the brakes, almost locked up the tires. And the Volkswagen will win it. All right. So the next matchup, we have a car. This SUV is already advanced from the opening round, and our last car of the opening round that hasn't run yet. And this car again is what, Dave?
I believe it's a 68 Impala custom coupe.
Dave thinks it's a 68 Impala custom coupe, so maybe it is.
Making a 68 Impala custom coupe.
Okay, we'll see what the coupe has here. So the outside vehicle has not raced yet. The inside vehicle already has. And obviously won its opening round matchup.
The guy on the inside is nuts, I'm telling you.
So we'll see what happens here. Lights are off. Green light. That's a lot of horsepower in that coupe, though, Dave.
Oh, yeah.
Watch this coupe here. See if it gets off the corner here.
On the bottom of Impala, you better get after it. You got one more shot.
He is flying down the back, but it's the cornering that needs to happen here. Look out, he's going high up the track. Stay off the wall, stay off the wall, stay off the wall. And he puts on the brakes and stays off the wall, and the SUV will win it.
From the looks of the fenders on that car, he might have hit the wall before.
Yeah. Into round number 2 here, King of the Hill at Delaware Speedway. All right, we have the Green Machine number 1 back.
I still don't get how you can enter 2 cars in King of the Hill, but here we are. Josh Chastain in the 1 car.
Okay.
He was number 12.
And we have a black hatchback on the outside. This is in round number 2 now.
Cars to the track for this.
Okay, we'll see.
1 and 2.
1 and 2, yeah. The 2 has been eliminated from the green team. So we'll see if the 1 can keep her going. All right, even into turn number 1. Good start by both. Green Machine will lead through turns 1 and 2.
The Bone Stock's in the lead.
Hatchback trying to fight back. They'll both hit the brakes here in turn number 3. Looks like Green Machine number 1 will advance to the 3rd round. And the Green Machine will advance to the 3rd round. All right.
Okay, so
as we roll along, oh, we got the van that won the competition for the vans back in and into round number 2. So the van will be on the inside and an SUV on the outside here.
That was the Edge, was it? The Ford Edge?
Yes, Ford Edge on the outside.
Good for him for helping out. He's got a
and the silver van on the inside. Now the silver van won a 4-van competition at the start of this King of the Hill and was able to enter the main King of the Hill.
Now he's got money to pay for it.
Red light, no light. Green light.
Here we go.
Even start. We'll see if the van can stay on the inside into corner number 1. Oh, the van went in pretty good. Oh, look out, the SUV riding high on the track. The van will have the lead on a turn number 2. And a healthy lead down the back. What does the SUV have for the van here? Into corner 3 they go. Heavy on the brakes. Heavy on the brakes. They'll both wash up the track. And the van's going to advance to the 3rd round. And lots of cheers from the stands here at Delaware Speedway.
That's all you hear. The cheering's coming from women.
As we go to the next round here. Oh, here comes that beautiful blue Mustang.
Are these two dialing
And is that another Civic on the
Mustang
inside?
on the outside. Little blue car on the inside. What is it again?
The actual Chevy Cruze.
The Chevy Cruze on the inside. Blue Mustang on the outside. Love that Mustang color. That is a nice color combination there.
4 cylinders of power.
All right, Cruze on the inside, Mustang on the outside. No lights. Green light.
Good start.
Even start, but this Mustang we know is strong. And we'll grab the lead into turn number 1. Will not come down. We'll stay in the 2nd groove.
Turn out the lights.
And we'll accelerate down the backstretch. Into the corner. Very, very healthy lead. Look out, stay off the wall. Off the wall. And the Mustang, the blue Mustang, will advance to the 3rd round.
That was a push, Chris.
Yes, was, yes. And the Chevy Cruze, she gone. Next matchup, 2nd round, go ahead. What were you going to say? I thought you were going to say something.
Let me tell you about the time shortly after I started working.
All right, hatchback on the inside.
We had a Mustang convertible right about the brand sign, backer into the fence.
This might be a Civic on the outside.
Looks like it, doesn't it?
I think it is a Civic on the outside.
Battle of the Four Bangers.
The other Focus.
Focus on the inside. Civic on the outside, I think.
Civic on the outside. Let's see what happens.
All right, green light. Good start by the Civic. And the Civic will grab the lead. This Focus is strong from what I remember from the opening round. We'll see. Focus trying to stay in touch. Off of turn 2, down the back.
Look at the headlights on the Focus. They point in different directions.
They do. Under braking, the Focus trying to close in. Civic with the lead. Out of turn 4, the Civic will advance, and the Focus will be eliminated here in round number 2. All right. So the Civic is through. We've got an SUV and a Mustang, I believe, coming up next. As the King of the Hill here at Delaware Speedway continues.
Ended up beating one of the Mustangs earlier.
Don't forget, next Friday, late models bone stocks return on Rogers TV along with the V8 stocks. 7:30 start time.
Very back.
Rogers TV and our Rogers TV YouTube channel.
Why not try and beat another Mustang?
All right, so Mustang on the inside and
Go 2 for 2.
SUV on the outside.
Isn't that Volkswagen?
Yes
that was,
or no?
Is it?
I don't know.
Your guess is as good as mine at this point. Probably even better than mine.
Since it says
Pylon's clear.
indifferent.
Red light on. No lights. Oh, what a major start. And Scotty's going to turn the red light back on. We're going to roll him back. Roll him back. There we go. Red light. No light. Green light.
Green. Let's go right thing.
I think that is a Volkswagen on the outside, Dave. Mustang on the inside. Volkswagen goes high into turn number 1. Mustang will have the lead out of 2.
Volkswagen's hanging right in if that's what it is.
Yeah, Volkswagen fighting back on the outside here. See what the Volkswagen has here for the Mustang. Mustang will lead out of turn 4, and that should be it. And the Mustang will win it. And the Volkswagen eliminated in round number 2. So the amount of vehicles getting shorter and shorter on pit road. 12 vehicles left after that last matchup.
Slimming down the field here. Getting down towards our
All right. Another black hatchback coming up here. And the hatchback, I think, is going to be told to go to the outside.
That outside line, remember that car's been very solid so far.
And this is that Charger, isn't it?
I believe it is.
Wow, the car on the inside wants to eat the cone.
Charger on the inside, SUV. That might be, is that a Civic? I don't know. It's a hatchback.
Mercedes-Benz line outside at first glance.
All right, green.
I don't think they BMW.
Oh, he wants to cut right down. Wow! Did you see that? And he can't get all the way down. Stays on the high side. Charger might have something to say about it. Down the back.
At this point, the car from that inside.
Now I want to see this hatchback against the Porsche and see if he tries that. Washes up the track just a bit, but the hatchback will win it without difficulty. And we'll advance to the next round. The Charger gone.
Crazier than me, so let him have it.
All right, so we'll see. Here's the replay here. Watch this start. Dave, take us through it.
Well, it looks like the SUV wanted to chop down. Seems to be we saw something like that a couple of weeks ago here, and it didn't end well.
Yeah, that's right. All right, next matchup here.
Jaguar on the outside. We got that.
Jaguar on the outside and the Nissan on the inside. Still inside round number 2. Tail end of it now. 3 more matchups, including this one in round number 2.
We'll expect a lot of speed from the outside line.
Nissan inside, Jaguar on the outside.
Put them down one by one.
Pylon's clear. Red light off. Green light. Good start by the Jag. Great start by the Jag. Into turn 1 they go. Jaguar followed by a Nissan. And the Jaguar will stretch out on the back stretch.
The Jaguar look fast. It sounds fast.
Through turns 3 and 4 now. And out of turn 4, the Jaguar, look out. Oh, the Jaguar will win it.
Toying with them. Just toying with them.
All right, so the Jaguar through, which we could have predicted.
Here comes the Porsche.
Favorite sport tonight, the four-wheel drive.
I just realized it's 11:30. I thought there was a curfew here at the track. I guess not.
These are street cars. Doesn't matter.
That's right. Good call. That's you're probably exactly right. All right, Porsche on the outside, hatchback on the inside.
I'm going with the outside myself.
I'm going with the outside for the rest of the night. I mean the Porsche for the rest of the night. Look at that. Look at the acceleration into the corner. And a lead by about 15 car lengths by turn 1. That's crazy. Into braking into turn number 3, goes in a little high in the second groove, stays right there. Why not? It's cornering like it's on rails. That's the car to beat, folks. I'll tell you that right now. That is the car to beat.
And we are moving on to the next round.
All right, so this will be the last matchup of round number 2, I believe. Right on the tail end of round number 2.
The one that had the big smoke show off turn 4 in his round 1 win.
Okay, so tail end of round number 2, and we have the smoke show car starting on the outside. Remember the replay we showed you, the black smoke, that's the outside car.
Especially that outside line.
All right, so we'll see what happens here.
It looks like a car that may or may not be.
I'm liking that. I'm liking the Porsche and the black hatchback and the Jaguar is my top 3 right now, Dave.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I think the SUV is going to be the surprise.
All right, green light, even start into turn number 1. It's a Talon.
On the outside.
I think the Talon is the lead vehicle, if I'm not mistaken. Good speed down the back. Into turn 3 they go. Into turn 4 now, and a very healthy, comfortable lead. And no black smoke. And advancing.
Lifted halfway down the front stretch. That's how big the lead was.
Down to 11 vehicles now.
Here comes the new.
I love the matchup coming up in the next round. You got the Jaguar and the Porsche lined up beside each other, Dave. That's going to be good.
Be interesting.
Yeah. All right. So this black SUV, this is his third race now against the blue hatchback. So this is to get into the final 10. The winner gets into the top 10 here.
I don't think it really does much on a street car.
9 cars waiting. We'll get a 10th one after this one. Oh, here, the black SUV might have a challenge here. The blue hatchback goes high, trying to cross over. Look out here. Crossover, he's got him down the inside. He'll fly right by him. He'll break early, though. He'll break early. Nose to tail in turn number 3 and 4. Here comes the SUV on the outside. He can't get him. The blue hatchback will win it. And the black SUV, she gone.
He tried it. He thought
The crossover worked in turn number 2 and flew by him on the backstretch.
Well, the good news is it says 519 on tow on
All right.
the side, so we wouldn't have to worry about getting
Here we've got a minivan into round 3.
All right, the minivan, round number 3. With the green machine. Good response from the crowd there for the minivan.
It's all the women, I'm telling you.
Everybody but your mom is cheering.
Soccer moms are right into this.
Here we go.
All right, getting set. Even start here. What's the minivan have in store for the green machine? Minivan goes high, but still into the corner. They'll come out of turn number 2. The minivan has some work to do here. Has some work to do as they head into turn number 3.
They forgot to take the hockey gear out of the
And it's going to be the green machine will advance into the quarterfinals. Quarterfinal berth for the green machine as the minivan is eliminated. And gets a round of applause from the fans here at Delaware Speedway.
I think the guy on the inside knew that if he lost, he was going to get booed, just like the guy in the Mustang.
Oh, a couple of Mustangs here. Winner of this one goes to the quarterfinals. We got the blue Mustang on the inside, black Mustang on the outside.
The blue one was a little quicker last time.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Winner.
Close.
Yeah. Winner goes to the quarterfinals here in King of the Hill.
Putting donuts on each other.
Yeah, this will bring us down to 8 cars.
Yep.
Everybody is not.
And the winner will take on the green machine that we just saw.
Here we go, Mustang versus.
So getting ready, lights off.
My money's on the Mustang.
Green, even start. But watch the blue one accelerate here. Oh, the black one's got something to say about that. Couple of Mustangs doing battle. Winner to the quarterfinal. Black Mustang back on the outside. It's a drag race down the back. He might pitch him on the wall a little bit. And he did pitch him a little bit on the wall. He'll go. The blue one will go hard. Look out. It's got to do the brakes. Out of turn 4 they come. And the blue Mustang's going to advance to the quarterfinals.
I don't think he got the wall. He wasn't close enough.
8 vehicles to go into the quarterfinals now. And it's going to be the hatchback. This is the black hatchback. Isn't this the car that likes to cut down on you? Is that the one? Maybe not. Maybe it's coming up later.
On the outside is the one that hung the left last time on the start.
Yeah, this is him.
Got into the car on the inside.
Okay, we'll see here what the start looks
Just
like.
so you know what you're up against, Honda Civic.
Quarterfinal number 1 set to go here from Delaware Speedway. And a Civic on the inside. I believe that's a Civic.
Here we go.
All right, red light, no light, and green light. Quarterfinal number 1.
You better squeeze him now.
And the black hatchback lead into turn number 1. The Civic trying to close in here, down the back.
Whoa.
And almost got a nose to the left rear tire, but that's as far as he got. In through cornering, not over yet. Not over yet. They'll get tighter out of turn 4. And the black hatchback will advance. And the Civic will be eliminated.
Thanks for the $10.
All right.
Next matchup, the Porsche.
Oh, here we go.
This is good.
The Porsche and the Jaguar. Here we go. Here we go. The Porsche on the outside, the Jaguar on the inside.
Who's got the Jag?
And we'll see what's going to happen here. Who do you got, Dave?
I'm going with the Porsche.
Yeah, me too.
Just the four-wheel drive is the big advantage.
That Porsche and the four-wheel drive really helps around the half mile, I'll tell you that.
It also helps put the power to the ground.
That's true. All right, green. That's the closest anyone's been to the Porsche by turn 1. But that's as far as it might get. Look at that Porsche just go away.
A beat.
Already 17, 18 car length lead into turn number 3. And that Porsche likes that second, third groove area through turns 3 and 4, and the Porsche will advance. Quarterfinal number 2 done. The Jaguar, she gone.
Porsche is bad to the bone, my friends.
Okay. Quarterfinal number 3 coming up.
Another quarterfinal. We're in quarterfinal number 3.
And it's going to be, this blue hatchback has been pretty fast tonight too, Dave.
Pretty stout.
Against the, I think this is a black Talon.
I think the Talon's on the inside, is it?
We'll see what the official does at the line here. Oh, he's going to cross him. He's going to put the blue hatchback on the inside. No, he's not.
Yeah, Talon's on the inside.
Talon's on the inside. All right. Quarterfinal number 3.
If it's a tall, skinny guy with red hair, we've seen.
Okay, so we're getting set on the line here.
Not sure if it's the same guy. Kevin, I think, is.
Pylons will be moved. The blue hatchback starting a little closer on the line. Lights are off. Green light. Oh, both of them with a pretty good start there. This might be good. The hatchback will lead into turn 1. Talon fighting back on the inside. They're almost even out of turn number 2. Drag race down the back. Talon on the inside. Blue hatchback on the outside.
Oh.
Hatchback trying to outbreak him. Trying to get down. Talon will fight back on the inside. It could be the closest finish thus far. Out of turn number 4. Who's it going to be? It's the Talon at the line, and the blue hatchback gets eliminated in quarterfinal number 3.
And the crowd went wild.
All right.
See if you can find out who's in that Talon, Jordan.
Quarterfinal number 4.
Or the Joe Kicks Jr.
So the green machine, I believe, being driven by Joe Kicks Jr. from the Bone Star, or Joe Kicks Jr. The blue Mustang on the outside. Winner goes to semifinal number 2 here.
So this is the final quarterfinal.
So we'll clear the pylons and get a set here. Lights are off. Green light. I don't think the green machine has a chance here, to be honest with you.
It's loud, but not as fast as the Mustang.
Blue Mustang will lead out of turn 2. A couple of great semifinals are going to be happening here shortly. Blue Mustang into turn number 3. We'll go high in the corner, but we'll keep the lead out of turn number 4. And the blue Mustang will go to semifinal number 2. And the green machine is gone. All right, semifinal number 1. This will be a good matchup here. Porsche and the aggressive starting of the black hatchback here. We'll see what happens here. This is going to be a good one. That'll leave the Talon and the blue Mustang for semifinal number 2.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
They'll get them to the line.
Do we get a name on the Talon driver?
Porsche on the outside, black hatchback on the inside. This is going to be good. It's all about the start here. Does the black SUV or the hatchback have anything for the Porsche by turn 1? Oh, look out here. That's the worst start by the Porsche yet. We'll see what the four-wheel drive does on the outside. Oh, there's not even a chance. There's not even a chance. Not even a chance. The Porsche is gone. Higher than normal in turns 3 and 4. No one's going to beat this Porsche. Nobody's going to beat this Porsche. Into the final it goes. Semifinal number 2 up next. It's going to be the Talon and the blue Mustang. No one's got anything for that Porsche, Dave.
Nope.
Nobody.
Nope, we got 3 left. 3 left?
Semifinal number 2 coming up now.
Oh, winner, this is going to the final. We've got 1 car in the final.
Talon on the outside, blue Mustang on the inside. And the Porsche waiting in the final. And I don't think we're going to go 3 legs in the final. I think it's going to be 2 straight. having a conversation with the Talon driver and now with the Mustang driver.
Run to the parking lot because he got a new car today.
Somebody's alarm's going off in the parking lot from the.
Yeah, it's probably a jealous car that wanted to be in the King of the Hill, but the owner never took it. All right, lights are off. Green. Wow, what a great start by the Talon. Into turn 1 by about 10 car lengths on the blue Mustang already. Is the Talon the only car that's got a shot at this Porsche? It's all about the start and the cornering, right? Dave's got his stopwatch out. And the Talon will advance to the final. The blue Mustang gone. He did let off the accelerator in turn 4. What'd you have?
26-3.
26-3. All right, it's final time for the King of the Hill. It's Porsche versus Talon. If the Talon has any chance, the Talon needs to get through turns 1 and 2, Dave, at least even.
He's got to get out way ahead of the Porsche on the line, too.
The Minivan 500 here tonight. What do you think, folks? Who's got the Porsche in this one? And who's cheering for that Talon? Oh, a lot of fans for the Talon, obviously. We'll see what Kevin can do behind.
All right, Talon on the inside, Porsche on the outside. This is the final, best of 3.
Did you get a visual on that one? Not yet.
Made a good point. They can run longer than curfew because these are street cars.
So this is it, finals.
Lights off. Green! What a start by the Talon. He needed the start here. We'll watch the cornering of the Porsche now. The Talon goes high into the Porsche's area. That's the only way he can do something. Porsche back, look out on the wall.
Whoa!
Whoa, we got a race down the back. The Porsche will outbreak him into turn number 3. What's the Talon have on the inside? They'll come out at turn 4. Oh, what's going to happen to the line? It's going to be the Porsche. Will win leg number 1 by a car. What do you got for lap time?
25-3.
25-3 around the half mile for the Porsche and won by a car length. By far the closest win for the Porsche tonight, by far. And they'll do it again. Now they'll switch lanes. If the Talon was going to win a leg, it might have been the one on the inside, because now it's going to be difficult.
Yeah. But he did get a good launch.
He did get a great launch. He was actually had the lead by half a car length out of turn 2.
Did so.
All right, they'll switch lanes here. Leg number 2.
Jordan's getting the name of driver.
And I think are we gonna go down to Jordan? No, he's not gonna talk to them. Usually he talks to them, but.
James Houghton in the Porsche.
Oh, James Houghton in the Porsche. He was one of our boat stock drivers tonight. Porsche on the inside, Talon on the outside. Leg 1 to the Porsche. This is leg number 2. Porsche wins, it's over. Another good start by the Talon. Will he cut down? Does he need to? Oh, he's even better of a lead in the turn 1 that time. Even better of a lead by the Talon. Out of turn 2, up the hill and down the back. This is the biggest lead on a Porsche yet tonight. And the Talon into turn number 3. Are we going to a third leg? The Talon needs to win to send it to a third race. He's going to win this one, and we're going to a third race. What's the lap time? 24.69. Holy mackerel. 24.69 for the Talon on the lap.
Early standing start, 24.69 seconds, folks.
So we're going to a third leg. I thought he was done starting on the outside. He had a bigger lead out of turn 2 than the first leg. Wow, the Porsche is in it now. Now what do you do if you're the Porsche?
Ladies and gentlemen, for all the glory.
Okay. What are we doing here? We're gonna stop him earlier? We're talking to him. Let's put him into a rolling start. Wouldn't that be funny?
Oh. They'd be in the 19s.
Yeah. All right. Oh, they're going to switch him.
Talon, I like it.
The Porsche won, so he's taking the inside.
What do you mean? What do you mean the Porsche won?
The winners come from the outside lane both times.
Yeah, I'm not understanding the switch there.
What?
The Porsche will get the inside lane 2 races in a row here.
We'll see. This This is it, folks.
Winner gets lane choice.
Okay.
And the trophy.
Which winner, though? They ran 2 legs. Here we go for the King of the Hill at Delaware Speedway. Another great start by the Talon. What's the Porsche have this time? A little smaller lead this time. The Porsche trying to get through the turn here. The Talon going to try and stretch its legs out. The Talon might take this. What happened in leg number 1? Because the Porsche looked unbeatable until right now the Talon will win the King of the Hill at Delaware Speedway. 24.50 seconds for the Talon. Beat his last lap time.
Did you actually track that?
So the Talon wins the King of the Hill at Delaware Speedway. We're about to sign off. Final thoughts, Dave Mathers. Thank you very much for joining us. Final thoughts on tonight.
This was fun up here, I'll tell you. It's quite intense up here. You have to watch the monitor. And I'm used to watching the racetrack, so you have to watch the monitor. But it's been fun, and I've enjoyed every minute of it.
Well, we enjoyed having you here. Thank you for joining us this evening, race fans. Back on the air from Delaware Speedway next Friday at 7:30. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll talk to you next Friday. This has been Delaware Speedway Racing on Rogers TV and Rev TV. Good night.
To transfer this bacteria, this Borrelia bacteria, from animals or between people, but essentially that's the reservoir for Lyme. Now, deer ticks, not dog ticks. This is the first kind of thing to keep in mind when it comes to Lyme. Dog ticks cannot transfer Lyme disease. Okay, so if you get bitten by a dog tick or you have a dog tick on you, impossible. Now, how do we distinguish between a deer tick and a dog tick? There are fantastic websites online. If you just Google tick identification, there's fairly clear images. And now there's various forms of deer tick, depending on kind of where in its life cycle it is. Same thing for dog ticks. But if you, again, a simple Google search for a tick identification, you'll see lots of images. You can get the tick if you do find a tick, and you can tell whether it's a deer tick or a dog tick. So again, dog ticks cannot transfer Lyme disease. Deer ticks can. Now, why are we talking about Lyme disease more so than we did, years ago? So, as the climate has changed, we know that, especially with warmer winters, deer ticks aren't being kind of killed off in the winter like they were when we had colder winters. So, and you can kind of see the maps if you look at maps online of how Lyme has spread and kind of what areas in North America it involves. We're kind of seeing more of a northern spread, and that's because we're seeing more deer ticks. And again, they're living through the winter more easily than they would before. So that's why we're seeing an increase in this. And again, it reflects in my own practice, where again, seen a couple of cases recently where I hadn't seen one in a while. So the risk, we got to keep this in perspective. The risk of actually developing Lyme disease following a tick bite is still only about 1 in 3%. Okay, so the vast majority of deer ticks and deer tick bites are not resulting in Lyme disease. So we got to keep that in mind when it comes to the overall risk. And because I know people are panicked when they find a tick or there's any involvement of a tick. Again, it still is a low risk, but we need to take it seriously because we want to be avoiding acute Lyme, which we'll talk about, and we want to make sure that we're not leaving Lyme untreated, because that can lead to long-term symptoms. Okay, so what do we need to know? A tick can only transfer Lyme if it's on you for more than 24 hours. So the big thing I tell patients is if you find a tick on you and you're absolutely certain that that tick has not been on you for more than 24 hours, you can be extremely confident that there's no risk of Lyme disease to you. Okay. If there's a question as to whether it's been on you for more than 24 hours or not, like if it's somewhere on your body where you don't necessarily check on your back, or you didn't check your legs for a bit and there's a possibility it was on you for more than 24 hours, then you should be contacting your primary care provider. Okay. The reason is that if someone has a tick on them and it could have been on them for more than 24 hours, and it was removed within the last 72 hours. So if you took a tick off, 5 days ago, and you don't have a rash, you don't have any symptoms, we're not really going to treat you if it was that long ago. But if it was potentially on you for more than 24 hours, and if you removed it, that removal was within the past 72 hours, and you're in a region that has high tick prevalence, which London, Ontario would be considered high Lyme prevalence in our ticks, then you would be eligible for an antibiotic. So what we do is with those, we call kind of high risk exposures, we give people a dose of doxycycline, which is an antibiotic. You get 200 milligrams once, and that substantially reduces the risk of any transmission of Lyme to you, and risk of acquiring Lyme disease. So again, if you find a tick on you, it's been on for more than 24 hours potentially, whether you have a rash or not, then see your doc, and we'll likely put you on antibiotics. If your doc's cycline allergic, there's other options as well that we can look at. Okay. Now, the two cases I've seen in the last few weeks were actually cases where they actually had developed what we call acute Lyme disease. So early acute Lyme disease, meaning that they had multiple symptoms. So I'm going to go over some symptoms with you here. You don't have to have all of these, but we often see a bullseye rash. It's a target rash. It kind of looks like a target. So there's the kind of red and white circles, various sizes, anywhere from kind of that big to even bigger. People with acute Lyme will sometimes feel tired, achy, headache, fever, chills, stiff neck, less so, decreased appetite, but they feel kind of fluey. If you've had a tick exposure and are having those symptoms, you need to see your doctor right away, because then we actually do a longer course of antibiotics. That's probably about 3 weeks of antibiotics if you have that acute Lyme. So again, two different approaches. One is tick exposure, no symptoms, but on you for long enough to maybe transmit it. So we give people that one dose of antibiotic. Then there's the people with multiple symptoms, with a history of likely tick exposure, the rash, the fluiness, that kind of thing. And that's the 3 weeks of antibiotics. Okay. So it's important to determine that. People will often ask about blood work. I was exposed to a tick. Can I get some blood work done to see if I have Lyme disease or not? Blood work really doesn't help us a whole lot, because it can take a number of weeks after exposure and after even symptom onset to have positive antibodies to Lyme. So when we're diagnosing it and we're treating a patient, we're not really relying on blood work a whole lot.